Well, Sunday special stream. You know, people always ask, when do we stream? How do we get some better times for the folks over in Europe and that sort of thing to watch us? There's a handful of people in here every time I stream, and they're like, well, I'll catch the replay, but it's like 1 o'clock here. I'm going to bed. So this is for you European followers. Get a little bit of live action here when you're not half asleep. Hopefully some people can join in, have some free time on a Sunday and hang out with us here for a couple hours. As we get on, what season? The 9th season now? We're getting up there. We're pushing it, right? We're pushing it. I want to get 40 or 50 in, so I'm counting this as a bonus. I still hope that I can stream one weeknight this week. But today we're going to get through this 2029-2030 season with Missouri, and we've got an excellent young team here. Just kind of review it as we get the word out, let people realize we're up and live and all that. What's up, Chris? Chris is in the chat, ready to go. So anybody that watched the last one knows we brought in 4 of the top 5 guys from our Great Plains region camp last year. So our freshman, Eric Walker being the best one, I'm pretty sure he was the MVP. Then we've also got Tim Wayne. Wayne might have been. I don't know. One of those two was the MVP. Nick Polybank, who was also a top 5 performer at the Georgia camp, and Bart Rivers. So a couple of small forwards, a power forward, and a point guard to go in with all that other talent that we already had. I mean, at point guard, we are deep. We already had 2 really good point guards, and now we add Eric Walker into the mix. So we also added Reggie Davis here, the transfer. He won't be eligible this year, but you can see he's coming for us next year. Top 100 recruit, first team all Pac-12. So definitely a good-looking guard that we will have next year. This year, we're probably going to lean on these 3 point guards because I think Wilcox is 3.5 stars, but his scoring does nothing for me. His defensive ability does nothing for me. So if you can't score and you can't play defense, I don't really care what you're good at. He's probably not going to see the court a whole lot. But that's our team. We're adding in to add those 4 freshmen in to Antonio Washington, my man A-Wash. Added in with some of these other guys. Joe Snyder, it's been around for a couple of years now. I think he was also a transfer, or he redshirted at some point. I think he was a transfer. But we got quite the team developing here at Missouri, and now it's time to run out and recruit the next batch of guys. So we'll see what we got here. Make sure I'm up and connected into chat, and let's get out there and hit the recruiting trail and see what we can get done here. We only have 1 scholarship available this year, okay? So let's take a look over here and see if there's a position of great need. I mean, we ideally should not have any of these guys going pro. We're not quite to that level yet. So it looks like the only senior we're losing here is Ray Battier. So we've got Bart Rivers and A-Wash and Tim Wayne at small forward. So we're actually flush at that position. We don't need anything else really. We've got a couple of shooting guards. We've got the great point guards, already discussed that. I think we'll probably be looking for a big man with this scholarship. We need a real, we need a force on the inside. We had Mike O's. We had a guy right up after that. The preview in the magazine. You know what? I never actually look at that. Magazines? What are we looking for here? Recruiting, transfer, camps. I assume you're wanting the season preview. It doesn't look like that's available yet. I don't know when that's available, but it's not here. Let's take a look at the recruiting guide. I've actually never really looked at this either. What is this? Scotty Rand. This was the beast from last year. Is this just best classes? Is that what this is? The Zags, the Gators. Where were we at in here? Yeah, so this is just reviewing the classes. Yeah, that Texas class, that was stacked. I mean, mostly Scotty Wren. He was incredible. Ranked number 2. He was the one with just ridiculous stats, if you remember, like 30 and 20 with like 7 steals a game or something. He was all over the place. What's up, Proby? Glad to have you in here. All right, so let's jump out here and see what all we got. What kind of interest we got? So again, we're sticking in that Great Plains region. This would be a heck of a player, wouldn't it? So I haven't made my list whatsoever. Let's just go from the top down here. Grab all this talent. There's a non-qualifier for you. All right, so we got every 4- and 5-star player that we possibly could. So let us see what that looks like. Call and watch list at the point guard. So we can add about 6 more point guards. All right. We do not want the JUCO. Five more shooting guards. I don't even know if I want to totally fill up on these other positions because, like, we really need a big man. I mean, I would prefer a center. I'd prefer a center, but if we got a power forward, that would work too. So let's see. What I'll do is see if I can look at, like, maybe pull one from the Georgia camp or something. I don't know. That gets us to 50. All right, that's decent. Still, I'd love to get this dang kid. Man, if he had interest, that would be huge. Let's just bring in... Oh, we got a 4-star center in Missouri. That'll be a good visit, hopefully. All right, so we can see how those visits go, start getting some of our camp information, and then get rolling on this bad boy. Well, my device keeps disconnecting over here, so I apologize if I'm missing anything in chat. It looks like we're all good. We got the Mizzou chants working over there. I feel you. I feel you. Let's see. All right. Doesn't look like any of those visits were amazing, but they weren't bad either. They weren't bad. Let's see how these camps look. The Derek Dang. I don't know. To me, I immediately thought of Gorgie Zhang from Louisville. Plays for the he played for the Timberwolves. I don't know if he still does or not. But yeah, he's very much a local kid from Washington, Missouri. So, I mean, he was top 25 at Indy Elite. That's not too shabby. Let's getting hung up on, really. Our recruiting's got to be up over 80 at this point. Pretty sure it was last stream. All right. Got Michigan. I'm looking for anything in our area. It doesn't look like... I don't know if that's in our area or not. Nope, he's not interested, so... Pass. See, what we're really looking for is a big man. We don't have any big men in there. There's a couple. Eddie Johnson in Kansas. Oh, but the GPA. Let's go see if he actually has any interest in us. If he does, I know in week 1 I feel pretty good about my method. At this point, I'm not so sure. Yeah, Eddie Johnson, no interest. So, good player, not going to qualify. Not worth the risk. Because it's not even really a risk. It's just flat out like he's not going to qualify. All right. Let's get over here. Let's just... Oh, yeah, we got a decent budget now. Because we cut back a little bit on our assistants. So we can just kind of burn through. Get all these guys. Get them hosted. We'll go scout Derek live. We'll go ahead and scout all those guys there live. All 3 of the top centers. See what we can work out. Go ahead and unlock those last couple of pitches. Definitely in the top 3. I didn't even look where we were on his list. Yeah. Texas and Kansas obviously jumped up there, but hey, we're third for now. Let's see if that holds. If that holds, that's our offer. That'd be a heck of a player for 1 year. So let's just see what happens. I really wish my device would quit turning off all on its own. Very nice, Borat. That's right. All right, so Donald Means went warm, as did Kevin Blake's. Good to see both of those. Although he did not stand out at Indy, so that's not promising. See here, Kevin Blake's appears to have not gone to Indy. So we'll have to wait for the regional camps on some of these guys and see what we're actually working with. But good to see we got some options. We'll go ahead, scout them live again. Get through these next couple of camps, and then this ought to be Great Plains region, right? This ought to be Great Plains and Chicago. So let's see. Derek didn't go. Donald was top 25 at Houston. That's all right. Charlie was top 10 at Houston. Feeling it. He was actually decent. Oh, but he's not interested, is he? Not as interested. Oh, we're number 1 on his list, but you know, we brought him on campus and he didn't even go to warm. So I don't know what that's all about. But top 10 at Missouri, or top 10 at the Houston Classic. That's a pretty good camp. Kevin Blake's didn't stand out at Houston, so it's nice that you're interested, but I'm not interested in Dante Weaver. All right, top 25, decent. We'll keep you around. If you're not standing out, though, you gotta go. All right, so obviously, I mean, Derek Dang, what's up, Beach Bear? Yo! Glad to have you, buddy. Dang is by far the best. He was the only one that was top 25 at Indy. Charlie Hayward's decent. Charlie Hayward would probably be our second option. And, of course, neither of them have any interest. All the guys that are interested are not quite as good. So let's pop over and take a look at these power forwards. Because if we got to go this route, I'm cool with that. He didn't stand out at Indy, and he didn't even go to the other camp. So that's probably a no. Didn't stand out anywhere? What is wrong with you? This must be, we need a big man. This is going to be a guard-heavy class. Just watch. Oh, my gosh. We're striking out. Who did well at Houston? I got to go check the email, see who did good. Apparently nobody. Nobody at all stood out at Houston. Everybody sucked. Dan was good. All right. Let's check this email. Let's see what in the world happened at Houston. Is this just all guards all the time? Oh, right. There was the one power forward, but he's not going to qualify. So, great. Cool. That's awesome. David Davis, the MVP, was top 25 at Indy Elite. So this is definitely a heck of a player. These are the kind of guys like... I think I've already got my visit set up. We might bring him in anyway. Donald Means had an awesome time. Cool. Very cool. All right. Let's go ahead and cleanse the rest of our list of people that we don't want around. We know Davis is good. Jason's good. Top 10. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of talent at the guard and small forward position. Not quite as much on the interior, but you know, if we just got to go best available, so be it. I'll do it. Chadwick, I believe, was top 5 at East Coast, the East Coast Jam, so he's good. Just clear these lists out. We don't have much to do for recruiting this year with only the one scholarship. it's really just going to be bringing in a bunch of guys and seeing if we can generate some interest on some of those inside guys. Getting to August 21st, let them sort out their list, see who we've got a legit shot at, and then probably just go best available at this point. Unless, if we can get Dang, that would be awesome. Didn't stand out. It's decent. All right, cool. Lists are sorted. We're through all of our visits, so let's just go ahead and advance, get this recruiting week knocked out. On to the next. Skip over the dead period because I don't care to sit here and call people all day. All right. Check out our email. Ooh, awesome time from Turner. Nice. Was he one of the good ones? Oh, Donald Means has gone hot. There we go. Charlie Hayward's warm. So he's definitely looking like an option at this point. We're number 1 on his list, and we're warm. He was top 10 at Houston and decent at Indy. I would rather have Dang if we can get some interest in him. But as of right now, we don't have it. So let's scout those two guys live. Let's see. Donald Means, top 25 at Houston. Top 25 at Houston. Tremendous work ethic. So really, if we've got to go for one of these other guys, we'll probably go for Tennell. They were both top 25, but Tennell has that tremendous work ethic. So I'll scout him live as well. Now let's continue burning through these power forwards. Host all of them. Excuse me. Oh, declined. All right, there we go. And then as far as talking to people, let's make sure, since Hayward is looking right now like our probable offer, get him unlocked. Get through these next 2 camps. We're rolling. We're going to be into games real soon. Yeah, I mean, we're going to go hard on Dang. I'm not giving up on him. But if that interest doesn't change from cool to at least warm, and he's going to, like, some of these schools are going to go hot. Texas, Kansas, something, you know, his interest is going to get up there. So if we can go all in and grab him, great. If we can't, I'm very happy with a guy like Charlie Hayward. Very, very happy. Alright, that should be the last of the camp. So now we can just burn through visits. There we go. Alright, he's up to warm now. So now we start dreaming. He's hot on Kentucky, but he's warm on us. So we could be in that top 10. He's into playing time. Boy, do we have it in spades over here. I mean, top 25 at Indy. That's solid. It's solid. At the same time, I mean, that's not top 25 at Indy. And then we don't even know how he did at a regional camp. I don't know that that's significantly different than a guy like Hayward. I mean, he could have been 25th, and Hayward could have been 26th at Indy, right? Hayward only being top 10 at Houston. I would imagine if Derek would have gone to Houston, he would have probably been in the top 5. So I would lean toward Derek being better, but he's probably a one-and-done kind of guy, and Hayward probably a 4-year kind of guy. So I don't know. Things to think about. See how the rest of these are going. He still won't visit. Let's definitely bring in David Davis, because he was MVP at Houston. So very solid player. He was also top 25 in Indy. So let's see if we can get a decent visit out of him. And really, that would be a secondary option. I would rather have either of the 2 centers, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. It's good to have a handful of guys that have some interest when we get into it. Good evening, perfectly timed straight. That's right. I said it at the top of the stream. I wanted to get something in early on the weekend so that our guys over in Europe who, you know, obviously different time zones and whatnot, I want to make sure to get some streams in when you guys can hang out and participate so you don't just have to catch it on YouTube or whatever. So my vacation was actually great. I appreciate you asking. We had an absolute blast. Everybody was safe and we had fun. Swam. It was awesome. So thanks for asking. All right. Let's keep this show on the road. Whew. David Davis. We're the only school that's hot, that he's hot for. This is such a good player. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to pass up on that. Let's see what's going on over here at center. I don't know. I don't know. Hayward, I don't know, it's tough, right? It's tough. Let's host a handful of these guards just so, like I said, it's just options, right? We're about to get our list, see where we're at in the top 10. How much did I think about Missouri during vacation? A lot. I was dying to be streaming something when I was out on vacation. It's so much fun to get through this save. I'm really enjoying this save with Missouri. Kind of building them up. It's been nice. And I enjoy trying to push the content, get another year into it. And it's fun interacting with everybody. So yeah, I thought about it a lot. Yeah, well, put it this way. While I was on vacation, I thought about it enough that I had to get 2 more teams in the CBGM because I was just jonesing for basketball so bad. So, what's up, Breeze? Glad to have you in here good again, buddy. All right, so it's the 21st. Let's see if we're still in Derek's top 10. We are not. So, see, this is the problem. Look at the schools that are up here at the top. We're very much not in the running for him at all. Charlie Hayward. Oh, he went hot on a handful of schools. We're still warm, so we've very much got a chance. Plus, I mean, he's big into location. He's an in-state guy. That's probably where we should go. Let's take another look here. How bad do we need a center as compared to a small? Wow, we just brought in 2 great small forwards. We really do need the center. All right, so Charlie Hayward is going to be our offer here. We've got everything unlocked. He's into location. We got the offer in. We still got $22,000, so we can afford to just kind of. We already brought in we got our visits already set up for this week, so get those taken care of real quick. Why do I always have to stream right before you leave? Random task. I set that up. I got a spy in your residence, and they let me know when you're getting ready to leave, so I can fire up a stream. And that is intentionally done just to be problematic for you. So you're welcome. I'm sure you were going to thank me. So you are very welcome. I feel good about this. I feel good about this center. Oh, Charlie Hayward. Oh, Ironhead Hayward. Ooh. All right, September 4th. I don't even feel like doing another round of visits. We're not in his top 10 anymore. What happened? We're second for him, but we desperately need a center. All right, let's take a look through here. What's going on? Very much not in Derek's top 10. Donald Means loves us, but he didn't stand out at Indy. He was top 25 at Houston. So Hayward is better. Top 10 at Houston. And then top 25. Oof. So we could definitely land a guy like Tennell if we offered him. I'm going to leave the offer here with Hayward. I like him a lot. We're at least warm on him. We've got to be somewhere near the top 10. I don't think the competition will be nearly as fierce as it's going to be for a guy like Dang. So let's just see if we can get lucky, get in there and make a visit and see if that pops us up. Because our recruiting is getting pretty good. We're up to, I think, like 80, 85 as far as our head coach's recruiting goes. All right, so he didn't commit straight away, which is good. We didn't need him to be doing that. Now, see, he's gone hot on a number of schools here. Let's visit him. Talk up that location, see if we can turn him around. We'll also go and talk to Derek about playing time. And then these two, we're going all in on the centers here. Oh, he's really into academics. I don't know if I can compete with that, but we can go talk about it. I can go explain to him how you know we do have great tutors or something. So let's see how the in-home visits go. Get rid of some of these emails. Wish there was like a read all, right? All right. See if we get the big commitment. Now that we're getting into his house, I would prefer not to have a decision this week. Give us a week to work. Good. No decision. So that gives us time to work up toward the top. Let's see how that first visit did as far as generating interest. Put us in the top 10. It got us on the list with everybody else that's hot. So, I definitely think that gives us a great chance. Means loves us. We actually jumped up to 6th for Derek Dang. Now, again, the problem to me is all this competition up here. We'll visit him again, but we're still not offering anything. I think we've got a decent chance at Hayward. I would actually prefer him not to commit yet again. But we're hot. Oh, yeah, we're number 1 with Tennell. So this is a really good secondary option for us right now. Let's hope he also doesn't commit anywhere. Let's check out the schedule, see what the AD's got going for us. At Davidson, Cornell, trying to take on my CBGM teams over here. At TCU, at West Virginia, we're going to play the mascot. What's up, Beardtown? How's it going, buddy? Glad to have you stopping by the stream. All right, so our AD, he scheduled us some interesting games in here. Nothing too impossible. We got 1 scholarship this year, and we're going for a big man. We're going for a center. We desperately need it, and we got it. Charlie Hayward, that's right. So Derek Dang went to Villanova. Good pickup for Villanova. Means went to Kansas, which was really interesting because I wasn't interested in him at all. I can't believe Kansas offered him. I would have thought Kansas would have been the one to get Dang. We ended up 2nd on his list. Imagine that. Could have made a run at him. But I'm very, very happy for Hayward. I don't want to say much rather. I mean, for 1 year, yeah, I'd probably rather have Dang. But Hayward will be around for a while, right? He can replace those guys on the inside that we really just don't have this year. So, feeling good about that one. That's our 1 scholarship. That's all we needed. Yeah, Dang left the region. That's right. He might have been was he into academics or something? I know one of them was, but I thought that was Tennell. All right, so we're good to go. We got our 1 recruit. It was at a position of need. We got another skilled player. We didn't get a top 5 camper, but we got very much a top 10 camper, which will be just fine as far as I'm concerned. So once again, we're just bringing more and more talent in. Keep stirring that pot. Getting better and better. This avalanche of talent is just growing. So with last year, we had 4 guys in the top 5 of the Great Plains region camp. This year, we add a guy from the top 10. And now, oh, great. Weekly incidents. Love this nonsense. So, everybody. AWASH, what are you doing, my man? Getting in trouble all over the place. Basically, I just need to call the entire team and tell them to knock it off. AWASH gets first dibs because he popped up in there twice. Yeah, you do have something to worry about. There we go. He apologizes. Thank you very much. All right. Who else was on the list? I know Abel Fox was on the list. I don't even know who this guy is. Kick him off the team if he wants to complain. Cool. Bart Rivers. He's on my list. He apologizes straight away. I think Battier might have been as well. I know Wayne was. Yeah. All right. He apologized as well. So let's see. We're Polybank and Battier. I'm not sure if either of those showed up on this. I feel like one of them did at least. Polybank did. Marcus Adams also did. Missed him. And Rashawn Riley. All right. Adams first. All right. He needed a little suspension. It's all right. Check out Riley. I believe he's a walk-on, so Could care less what he thinks. And Polybank. All right, so a lot of apologies. Only one suspension had to be dealt out there. I like to keep them in line, be the disciplinarian, right? And try to see if we can't knock all that stuff off, nip it right in the bud. You got to save with Iowa, and Ohio State and Oklahoma keep sniping your recruits. You know what? I actually started a save with Oklahoma once, and I was crushing it with regards to recruiting. It was really interesting how well I was able to recruit to Oklahoma. And what I found weird was I was getting a ton of guys who, you know, like where the parents, it'll say what school they went to. Rarely, if ever, is it actually my school or even a relevant school. And that Oklahoma save, man, almost like every other recruit, their parents all went to Oklahoma. So it was kind of bizarre. But it definitely helped, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that's right, Doritos, Locos, Tacos in the chat. What's up, buddy? Getting ready for a big season here with the Tigers. Getting through these early practices. It's actually, I think this is the last week of practice, right? We ought to be on the games. It's about time to dogging you for wanting more card streams. Hey, I want more card streams too. Anytime I can get down here and have a couple hours to play some basketball and chat with people that are into basketball, it's cool. So I would like to be streaming more as well. So we're all on that boat. Got 3 kids though, so it's about, you know, when can I get away for a minute? Yeah, Oklahoma, you know, they don't have a crazy budget or anything. They're not one of these schools like 400, 500,000. I think they're probably around like a 250, which, you know, probably a little bit better than Missouri, but not by much. All right, let's see what we want to do with this roster. Oh, look at the scoring on those small forwards. Looking nice. You got 4 small forwards, and every one of them's a 7 scoring. Crazy. How's the defense look? Tim Wayne's actually the best. He's better than Awash. He's a better shooter, better free throws. Awash got the passing. By far the better rebounder, better block. So, I mean, Awash has got everything else, but Wayne's got a jumper and some good D. He can D you up for sure. Ray Battier. All right, and then on the inside, you can see why I was trying so hard during your championship game. All right, yeah, that you gotta work on the timing. We all want more streams, but you can't be asking for me during Chris's stream. That's messed up. Yeah, they decline a lot with the budget and facilities. You just got to keep going at it. They can't approve it too often because it would just spiral out of control. So usually, you know, I mean, it's every couple of years. Let's see if any of these small forwards, do we want to slide anybody over? Polybank's a decent inside scorer, but his scoring's not good. So I mean, he can make the shots in there when he gets them, but he's not going to be creating, is the problem there. Rebounding, all these guys are pretty good. Defense, Joe Snyder is a good defender. And Lon Davis is a good defender. We might slide Awash over to that power forward spot. Just let Snyder play the center. And then we could let Tim Wayne be our small forward and let these point guards run the guard position. Because, again, I'm just not at all... Frank Wilcox, I mean... We could play him. He wouldn't kill us, but he's not really bringing much to the table. So, yeah, the multiplayer streams are great. It's nice to see that it's all happening in live time, whatever you want to call it. So, it's nice to watch it live. You know, have a chat. Oh, look at that. Tim Wayne, they slid him down to the 2. Which is another interesting way to go about it. But then they got Benton and Davis in here, and I'm not into that. I prefer Snyder there. We're going to move Awash. We're going to move T-Wayne. We got Awash and T-Wayne. Like T-Pain, right? And then we want to go... I actually want to go Bo Holmes at the point. I'd prefer to have my more experienced player at the point, unless Walker had the playmaker badge, which he does not. 7-4, 7-5. Yeah, I want Bo Holmes to be the point guard. We'll let Walker play the 2. Wayne, Awash, Snyder. Then past that, we want Adams is going to be our first guy off the bench. He'll play both those guard positions. Battier, yes. Wilcox is fine as a backup. We want him to be even more of a backup, though. Want to bring Polybank up. We'll put Benton ahead of Wilcox. Put Bart Rivers ahead of Wilcox, actually. Can Bart play the 2? Or Battier? No, not really. We're going to tell the AI to let Bart be considered at the shooting guard. Let's see what it does as far as a matrix here. Alright, I like that. Let's do it. Let's go, Mizzou. Make some waves. Hold on, let's get... Do we have a season preview now? We wanted to look at that earlier, right? Let's see. Where in the world is... Oh, this is by ranking. Let's just look in the SEC. All right, see what are they feeling? All right, they don't really have our starters, all right? That's okay. So they're seeing us as 6th in this conference. That's possible. We are young. We are young. If we take a look at these guys that we're starting, Holmes is a sophomore, Walker's a freshman, Wayne's a freshman, Washington's a junior, Snyder, I think, is also a junior. So no seniors, a couple of freshmen. We're young. Let's see, make sure we've accounted for that in strategy, 65%. That's fine. 60-65% for a young team is about what I like. Beach Bears calling the Elite Eight. I don't know, man. If I'm looking at this and being honest, what do I think? Holmes, Walker, I mean, I definitely think this is a team that makes the tournament and has a good shot at a Sweet 16. I think they could make an Elite Eight. They could even make a Final Four. I wouldn't be shocked, but I certainly don't expect it by any means. I think this is a second-round team. Yeah, wrong depth, wrong stats. That's right. I mean, it's the projected depth chart, so it's just going to go off of whatever the AI would set up, which is not what I preferred to set up. So, not worried about it. They called it 6th. I'm on a mission to beat 6th. We're going to do better than that. Yeah, like a 7-10 seed. I'm with you there. I can see a 7-10 seed. Rooting for a conference championship. Might have a tough time getting by Kentucky. I don't know what kind of recruits they got. When is our first game? Gee whiz. This might be the longest I've ever gone without having the first game go off. Sweet 16 would be a good run. I agree. That's exactly what I'd like to have happen. All right, let's get these games going, boys. It's all fun and games until we throw that ball up, hit the hardwood. So let's see what we can get going right here. Missouri at Davidson. So we're going to start off the year on the road. And this could be dicey. We got a young team. We're good, not great. So on the road against a decent Davidson team could be dicey. Oh, no, it's not. 25 points. Look at my man Awash just throwing up the double-double straight out of the gate. Like, throwing down the gauntlet. 25-point win. What's the current reputation? So, I'm not sure if you mean school prestige. That's at 68 right now. And for my coach, where is reputation? It's on here somewhere, I think. I'm sure somebody's looking at it right now. But yeah, look at my recruiting's at 82. That's actually the lowest of all my different thingamajigs, whatever. Where's reputation? Good. I got good reputation. I thought it used to be a numerical value in the old version, so if it is in this one, it might be, and I'm just missing it. Oh, Wisconsin and Kentucky. There's a heck of a ball game. Yeah, prestige is, I think I said 68. So we're moving in the right direction with that. If we get another Sweet 16, man, we could break into the 70s And, I mean, it's just going to snowball at that point. We've got such good talent in now. Like, as they develop and get older, we're going to start winning games, start pushing to be an Elite 8 team, to be a Final Four team. And with all of that is just going to come a ton of prestige. Yeah, we're working at it. So, yeah, to get up into the 70s would definitely be a step in the right direction. I don't remember what they were when we took them over. Somewhere in the mid-50s, I think. Maybe even the high 50s. But we've improved it at least 10 points. So a home game against Cornell there, win it by 11. Look, the freshman Eric Walker with 13 and 8. Bo Holmes with 14. So that trio of point guards that we've got running our backcourt this year, they stepped up big. And then Joe Snyder with 12 rebounds, cleaning some glass there. Mr. Snyder, thank you very much. Texas El Paso. What tournament are we in here now? All right, we're in a tournament. I don't know which one it is. All right, we got UTEP. Let's get it ready, boys. AWASH and the boys. Let's get them. Take them out, Tigers. That's right, 20 points. Look at that. Joe Snyder, player of the game with 2 points, 4 steals. What did he do? Tim Wayne was player of the game. Sorry. I thought that the top one on those 3 was usually player of the game. So Snyder, he had 8 rebounds. That's pretty. I mean, he had a plus 20 rating. He and Battier both had crazy plus minuses. Adams had a decent one as well. So there must have been a stretch there where Adams, Battier, Snyder, and Walker were on the court at the same time, and they just went off. All right, let's keep this up. I'm feeling good. Oh, where's Rizzo? Somebody call Rizzo. We got the Ohio State University Buckeyes on a neutral court. I think we take them. Let's get it. I'm feeling this team right now. We're going to knock them out. That's right, 68-59. Little 9-point win there. Bo Holmes with 17 points. Yes, sir. We're taking clubs out. Ohio State. Get out of here with that. I'm really glad it was on a neutral court, not like an away game. It would still be tough to beat a team like that on an away game. Yeah, it's the difference in score while they're on the court. That's right. Yeah, it's some kind of tournament. I don't know which one it is. Oh, Kentucky lost to Memphis. I don't know if that's a tournament or not. So, I mean, you can see the little logo right here. Let's see. This is the WS Midwest Invitational. So, and this is probably the finals. Missouri versus Butler. And we take out Butler as well. 8 points. AWASH with 10. Nick Polybank, the freshman, making his presence felt for the first time. And, guys, we are rolling. We've taken out Butler. We've taken out the Ohio State University. We're 5-0, ranked number 20 in the country, and we just won the Wolverine Studios Midwest Invitational Tournament. We're making it happen this year. This recruiting class is so good. We've got all the pieces around them, and then they just step in and fill in those gaps that we needed to fill in, and we're rolling right now. Every single stream's been that up and down roller coaster, and right now it's all up, baby. All up. We're never coming down again. We're never losing. I did go 41-0 in my personal save the other day, so it was a nice little personal achievement. First time I'd ever gone undefeated in this game. It was on a brutal recruiting difficulty, so it felt pretty good with my Louisville Cardinals. Definitely the only time I'm ever going to see them go undefeated throughout an entire basketball season in my entire life, so it was fun. Now we got App State at home. They haven't won yet. If we lose this, I'll be extremely embarrassed, but not happening. AWASH 15-15. Tim Wayne, the freshman, drops 22. Joe Snyder just in there working, doing exactly what I need him to do. Be an experienced big guy. Don't mess it up. Just get down there, play some defense, pull some boards. And Joe Snyder is getting the job done. Everybody on this team right now getting the job done. We're 6-0. We're ranked number 8 in the country at this point. I cannot foresee that holding up. But for right now, we're number 8. And it feels good. It really does. And you know, the interesting thing about it is, like, we don't have any of these superstars, right? So, like, a team comes through with just, like, crazy freshman superstars. It's going to be tough for us to compete. But we've just, like, everybody on our team has talent. We've got so much depth with good players. Like, that's the thing. We got, 8, 10, 12 players that I really trust, where a lot of these teams are just going to have, like, 1 or 2. So, that's what happens when you're just consistent with your recruiting. So Middle Tennessee trying to come into the zoo, trying to hand us our first loss? Not happening. 20 points. Tim Wayne with 25. Wayne is a baller. This dude does he have the bucket getter thing? Because if not, man, he's probably going to have it before he graduates. Let's go check out. I don't think I looked at their traits when I was going through the dashboard. All right, who's got some traits out here? Nobody, nothing. Hello, Tim Wayne doesn't have it. He'll have it eventually. So Joe Snyder's got the defender trait. That's the only one on our entire team. So again, that's why I don't want to get too crazy about this fast start. We're really not like super overly talented, but we're winning ball games. And that's what we need to be doing right now. We need to be winning ball games, moving in the right direction, pushing for a conference championship, pushing for a Sweet 16, and just keep on snowballing this up into a big old pile that's eventually just going to come down and crush everybody. We're well on the way. 7-0. Feeling good. Let's see. On the road against TCU, the Horned Frogs. And then we got a couple winnable home games. So Chris is looking for a 10-0 start. Let's see if we can get it. We got to beat TCU to get there. So on the road, if we're really a decent team, we should be able to take them. They've already lost twice at home. And they're in the non-conference and already lost twice at home. Let's make it 3 times. Oh, we got smoked. So that's what I was talking about. We're a collection. This is one of those teams where the collective is better than the sum of its parts. We're definitely going to be prone to that sort of thing, especially if we get out on the road. But to have it happen against a team that was already 2-2 at home, it's kind of embarrassing. It's hard to say how it happened because Tim Wayne looked real good, but we're not great. We're not a great team. We don't have anybody. Like, if the team has an off night, we don't have that guy that we can go to. Like, who's the go-to guy on this team? I got no idea. I mean, it's kind of starting to look like it's going to be Tim Wayne. I'm pretty sure we had that bucket getter shooting guard last year. We don't have that anymore. And he was a senior. So that's gone. So games like that that's going to happen. Let's see what happens here. Get back on the road. Get back on a roll again against NC State at home. That's right. Took them out by 27. 27 points. So, I don't know why they could only score 46 in the last one and they popped off for 90 there. Maybe they were a little bit extra mad or something. I feel like we should be able to share some of the points. Like, we got 90. We didn't really need them. Like, we'll give you a 20 to the other game, right? That would have at least made it close. Need to study the team next time you play Louisville and CBGM. The secret sauce full court D. You never know. Might be the D. Just as likely, though, that it was a average team that's young and on the road and just got beat down. IUPUI coming into town, sending them out with a big fat L, 22 points. Tim Wayne and Nick Polybanks. You can see just over and over these freshmen popping up down here with huge games. I mean, that class was definitely my Fab Four. So now following it up with another top 10 camper. Like, it's just getting nuts, guys. It's getting nuts. The talent here it's building and building. And eventually, it's going to get to the point where it's all elite. Like, we just need to pop that prestige up into like the 70s. Oh, my word. So now we get the rivalry game against the Illini, and they're undefeated, and we got to go on the road. So this is probably going to be a tough one. But I would sure like to have a better outing than what we did against TCU. What we did against TCU should be... I understand losing those games. Losing it by 20 was kind of... oh, yeah. Always love to see the Ville beating on the Wildcats. That's right. So Illinois should probably be favored here, but I would definitely like to keep it relatively reasonable. 5 points, okay. I can deal with a 5-point loss on the road to an undefeated top 5 team. That I can deal with. That is understandable. The 13 points against TCU or whatever, 13 people, oh, nice. Chris says we got 13 people in here. Guys, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Good to have a nice full lobby. If anybody's got, anybody in here that I haven't talked to in the past, or getting to catch us live for the first time, since we throw it on a weekend, a little bit of a different time, see if it works for some people. So, if you're in here and I haven't talked to you before, make sure you say hey in chat. I'm monitoring it on my device here. As long as it stays on, it keeps wanting to turn off like every 30 seconds. It's driving me crazy. So yeah, we wanted to stream at a little bit of a different time, just to give people a different situation, different opportunity to come in here, participate, catch us live, say hey, whatever. It's always fun. Ooh, JB Barksdale, 19-6. Who? UC Riverside, ballin'. Big old 3-6 UC Riverside, right? All right, we are pushing through this non-conference schedule. We got the one very understandable loss to Illinois, the one kind of awful loss to TCU. We're still ranked number 12 in the nation. That's pretty solid. That might be accurate. I knew number 8 was too high. Like somewhere in 12 to 15, though, that could be right. We could end up being higher than that 7 seed we were talking about earlier there, Doritos Locos Tacos. I have to shorten that. Maybe Doritos Locos Tacos can be DLT. My man DLT. Green Bay. Ooh. This ought to be a nice little beatdown. After this, we got to go on the road to West Virginia, which will be extremely tough, and then we're starting conference play. This is one last chance to run it up against a bad Green Bay team at home, 92-68. Ray Battier off the bench with 8 points and 9 rebounds. What a game for the senior Battier. So that gets us through the easy part of the schedule. Now, we got to go to West Virginia on the road, playing against the Logo. But if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say the CBGM Logo has probably retired at this point. So we're probably not even actually facing him. And they're 5-5. So that's a very average, beatable team, even on the road. I'd call it a toss-up. I'm not going to say either team should be favored. I think this is a toss-up kind of game. But definitely one I would be very, very happy to pull out. There's your Iowa team. Of course, they're on the road getting beat by 20, but there they were making an appearance on the stream. So apparently all their recruits also got stolen by Oklahoma. And who else did you say was stealing them? But yeah, that's their excuse too. Tulane, my old green wave. Pulling out a little victory. Love to see it. Wasn't expecting to get a green wave right there in this stream, but just came out of nowhere. Had to do it. All right, let's see if we can get it done on the road. We've slipped a spot in the polls down to number 13. We're 2-2 on the road so far. So let's see if we can go grab one against West Virginia. This would be a nice little win here, headed into conference play. Oh, West Virginia University Coliseum. The Tigers and the Mountaineers on the hardwood. Who's it going to be? Woo! That's right. 12-point win, baby. Bo Holmes. He's a sophomore, right? Springs for 22 points. We go in and steal one from the mascot, from the Logo. We just took it. So we went 11-2 in the non-conference. We won our non-conference tournament, being the Wolverine Studios Midwest Invitational. So we're sitting here 11-2, number 13 in the country going into conference play. And right off the bat, we're going to have LSU coming in. Then we got to head on the road against Kentucky. And then on the road against Arkansas. So these are 3 winnable games, and they're also 3 losable games. This could cut both ways. I would be very happy with 2 wins out of these first 3 games. I think the most likely 29-9 from Mike Phillips from Dixie State, and 27 from Phillips and Goolsby. Almost beat North Alabama by themselves. What a game for those 2 guys. They would have beat them, right? 49. Oh, they would have come just shy. I think they would have had 56-58. But yeah, I think the most likely scenario is 1 win out of these first 3, but 2 wins would be awesome. 2 wins, and we would be tracking more towards like what our current ranking is. 1 win, we're probably tracking more toward what we were talking about earlier, maybe like a 7 seed, maybe even like a 6. I don't know. I think we're a little bit better than a 7 seed right now. I'm sure we're going to lose a couple of games in the conference that are just going to want to make me want to pull the rest of what hair I have left out. But hopefully we can hold on to at least like that 6 seed. So I think we won neutral court against Ohio State, neutral court against Butler, at West Virginia. Though, even if they're having average years, those are decent wins. All right, so let's see what we can do against LSU at home. 2 teams that are 11-2, kicking off conference play. It's all Tigers, and they smoked us at home. So that's really embarrassing. Really bad. Sends us straight back down to that, straight back down into that 7-8 seed territory. Frank Wilcox mouthing off. You know, Frank, if you didn't suck at everything important, maybe you'd get to play. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You are bad. You cannot score. You cannot play defense. So that means you don't get to play for me. Yeah, you do have a problem. All right. We'll suspension there. See if we can't take care of Mr. Wilcox, get his head on straight. No, he wasn't even clocking garbage time. All right, we're all good without Wilcox. Moving on, let's see if we can bounce back here. If we go 0-3 in these first 3 games, that's going to hurt. But I knew LSU was the best team that we were going to be facing. I mean, Kentucky is still ranked, but they've lost 5 games already. LSU looked like a pretty solid team. I'm actually surprised that they're not already ranked. Chris breaking out the popcorn. I can deal with some popcorn, man. I'm going to have to eat when this stream's over. I'm glad we're already into January. Not that I ever want to wrap up a stream early, but I could do with a snack, for sure. I've also been playing some other games in my free time. Recently picked up Crusader Kings 3. I don't know if anybody out there plays it, but I got my dad into it. So I'm going to be looking to play some Crusader Kings 3 with my dad later today. So I got a couple of things to look forward to. But first of all, we got to take care of business against the Kentucky Wildcats, headed into Lexington, headed to Rupp Arena. The Missouri Tigers are here. We're not playing around. Let's get this dub. Let's do it. Yes, sir. I love beating Kentucky. That's right. 17 points. My man Joe Snyder came alive for 17, and we smoked the Cats. That's what we do. We're Wildcat Wompers. Whoo! Beating Kentucky feels good every time. Do not mind at all losing at home to LSU if it means we turn around and whoop the Wildcats. That's what I live for, baby. We're taking this conference over, blowing Kentucky out of it. Get out of here. This is our conference. You all stay home. You're not allowed to leave Lexington. All right, so we got 1 win. That was nice. Can we get another one against Arkansas here and go 2-1 in that opening 3-game stretch? It was really kind of brutal. We definitely easily could have gone 0-3. I sincerely think LSU is the best team out of those 3. But playing on the road at Kentucky, playing at Arkansas, none of those games are easy, and Arkansas is probably going to be favored here. Oh, heartbreaker. 2-point loss to the Razorbacks. Man, that was so close. So close to something good. Now we got a couple of games at home. Got A&M at home, Ole Miss at home. Those are both favorable matchups for us. If we want to hit, if we want to be moving up, we want to keep this roller coaster headed up and not back down, these are games that we should win. So let's see what it looks like. Now, y'all got to help my man Chris out. Chris is trying to keep the chat going. There's got to be somebody out there with something to say to us. Let's get that chat lively. I feel like I'm talking to myself over here. Or maybe just talking to Chris. All right, so we got the Aggies coming into the zoo. The Aggies and the Tigers. Let's get it. At home against Texas A&M. Oh, what a crushing defeat. That hurts. That's a game that we should be able to win, and we just didn't get it done. We should be winning games like that if we want to be hanging around in the top. So we dropped all the way down. We're still in the top 25, just barely. Pick better send times. Random task, it's not my fault you're trying to leave. And I try to pick sim times just all across the board. Try to pick sim times all across the board. One of these days I'm going to wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and run a stream for y'all. Just for whoever's in that time zone, right? Yeah, that's pain right there. That was a pretty bad loss. The worst one that we've had so far, to be honest. Let's hope this doesn't continue against Ole Miss. Ole Miss looks like not a great team. So we're at home against them. We should definitely take care of this. Glad to have you back, Random Task. There's Memphis winning. That might be something with the game there. Memphis won the first championship in the CBGM. All right, Ole Miss. We took it out on Ole Miss. Ray Battier stepped up, the senior off the bench, did some work, as did Walker, the freshman guard. So we got the win there. Moves us to 2-3 in conference. Now we got to go at South Carolina, Kentucky at home, at LSU. So again, this looks like a stretch where we could definitely be looking at 1-3, which would set us at 3-6 in the conference. We need to steal a win here. We actually need to steal 2 wins because all 3 of these games are extremely losable. I mean, we could be sitting at 2-6, but we would be 3-5 if we went 1-2 here. Sorry about that. Sometimes I try to do math on the fly and it just comes out stupid. Comes out very poorly. All right, the Tigers and the Gamecocks, Colonial Life Arena. Let's see if we can get one here. South Carolina looks like a pretty good team. I don't think we've got a great opportunity here, but this is why they play the games, right? Tried to reverse jinx it, but wasn't working. South Carolina gets the 13-point win at home. The good news, Tim Wayne, Bo Holmes, they're still doing their thing. These guys are showing up and playing well. They just need a couple more years of experience and development. We got to get guys to develop a couple of those traits. I still think Tim Wayne will develop that bucket getter before he leaves. He's only a freshman, so we got 3 years for him to develop that trait. Maybe our big man coming in. Joe Snyder, he's doing what he's doing, but he's really a placeholder at that center position. He's like an emergency stop, right? He's decent enough. He can be a starter on a second-round team, on a Sweet 16 team, but he's not a guy you're getting excited about. The freshman, the recruit that we're bringing in at center, he's the kind of guy that we're going to be able to get excited about having out there on the floor. So definitely got to fill that gap. And the nice thing is we filled it, and we're going to get more experience. Let's see if we can get Kentucky again. We got them at home this time. We took them out in Rupp. What happens when they come to the zoo? Another defeat for Kentucky. Eric Walker with 26 beat down the Cats. So there was the win that we definitely needed. Now we got to go on the road against LSU. They beat us at home. There's absolutely no reason to think that we're going to be able to take them out on the road. But stranger things have happened. You know, we've already lost by 20 to TCU this year, so we'll see. We eventually got to win some of these games, though, because I got no desire to finish off 6 in the SEC like they predicted. That would piss me off. I want to be like top 3. Top 3 would be Tennessee, number 3 in the country at 19-1. Wow. Mississippi State and LSU are the only other ranked teams in the conference. So I would love to finish in the top 3. Kentucky losing a lot is so gratifying. Absolutely it is. I love it when Kentucky is awful in this game. It's so funny to me. Oh, it brings me nothing but joy. All right, so here we go. We are unranked, headed into LSU, 15-5, 4-3 in the SEC. We are 3-4. They've already beaten us at home. This is a long shot. Woo! But we take care of business with my man Tim Wayne dropping 23. I'm done with Tim Wayne. I'm calling him Bruce Wayne from now on. That boy's Batman. He's taking care of business, dropping 20 every night as a freshman. Tim Wayne. Yes, sir. So we got LSU. We went 2-1 in that stretch, guys, and now we're back to 4-4 in conference. And you know, we're going to have a huge game with Tennessee at home. Also, a good Georgia squad coming into the zoo. So if we can hold home court here coming up, we're going to set ourselves up for a very good finish to this SEC season. If we drop these games, it could get ugly in a hurry. We've already got our 2 gimme wins against Kentucky. I don't know. Well, we should still have our 2 gimme wins against Vandy coming up. Vandy's usually a 40-point win for us so far in this entire save. I'm not sure we've had a game that was closer than, say, like 15 points. So we should still have a couple of good wins against Vandy coming up, but you know, Georgia at home, Tennessee at home, Florida on the road, these are all very tough games. So let's see what we got. We're 15-6. We're in a good spot. Into February now. 4-4 in conference. Let's see if we can get above 500 in conference against a very solid Georgia squad. The Bulldogs are 15-4, 5-3 in the SEC. Let's see what they got for us in the zoo. Nothing. 8-point victory. Joe Snyder just filled up the stat sheet. Eric Walker and our man Awash helping them out there. But Joe Snyder, I said he's a stand-in. He's nothing to get excited about. But you know what? Every now and then, experience just does something for you, right? And he's a junior. He's been around the block. You know, this isn't his first rodeo. And Joe Snyder, he picks the spots. It's only like the second game this year. But, man, when he's on, he can fill a stat sheet. So that's really cool to see. We took care of Georgia. Now, I mean, all these games they could all go either way. I'm so up in the air with this team right now. Like, what are we? 5-4 in conference, 16-6 overall. We're no longer ranked, but I still feel like we're better than this Florida team. So let's see if we can go down into the swamp. Is it still the swamp if it's basketball? Let's go down to Gainesville and see if we can. Let's see if we can go to 6-4 in conference play. The Tigers and the Gators. No, they took care of us at home. Awash tried to get off. Bo Holmes tried. Snyder had a decent rebounding night, but we lose by 10 to Florida on the road. So not shocking. It's not shocking. Tennessee actually lost 2 games that week. Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row for them. Oh, Mississippi State's up to 16th. So they're definitely making some waves. I'm so excited about this team, though, to develop, like to bring in this guy that we're bringing in at center. You know, fill out that area of the team. All these freshmen develop another year. All this other talent. Awash is a senior next year. Can y'all believe that? I feel like we just got the man. He's almost a senior. He's actually played out of position at power forward. Is this his second or third year playing out of position? But he's really stepped up for us when we've been lacking some inside play. Awash is there with the assist. He's a good defender. He's a nice long small forward. He's a good rebounder for being a small forward. So now we got the Vols. They're 20-3, 7-3 in the SEC on a 2-game losing streak. Let's make it 3. Let's make it 3 in the zoo. 11-point victory against the Tennessee Volunteers. And that's your man, Bo Holmes. So, once again, the point guards. This has been, like, out of all the seasons that I've had, I feel like usually there's, like, one guy that's going to be in the top 3 players of the game that are highlighted down here every game. And this year, it's just a collective effort. Like, it just rotates through. One night it's Holmes, one night it's Battier, then Joe Snyder has a game, then Awash pops off, then Batman shows up. I mean, we're having just the entire team. I said earlier in the stream, this is a team where, the sum is better than its individual parts. This team as a collective is so much better than, like, if you just look at the guys on the team, you would never think it, but somehow it's working out for us. We are 17-7, 6-5 in the SEC. Now we got to head into Alabama. They're not great, but any win on the road is extremely difficult in conference play. So let's see if we can make it happen. We got to make 1 or 2 happen at some point if we want to get where we're going. And it's not going to happen there. 13-point loss in Tuscaloosa. Joe Snyder tried. Eric Walker had himself a game. But not only did we lose, we also got the dreaded team incident email. So let's see who's pissed off this time. Frank Wilcox again. Running his mouth. Dude couldn't find the basket with a map and a compass, GPS, whatever. Yeah, we're sticking for the run. We're not losing any faith. This is what this team was always going to be. We hope for better, but, All right. So he apologizes right away that time. I think he remembers that other time when I was like, hey, get it together. And he tried to tell me off and he got suspended. So something was, rattling around in his brain. And he thought, you know what? Maybe I should apologize this time. So that's what he did, and he gets to stick around. I'm still really pissed off that we're 6-6 in the SEC. I wanted to be better. I don't want that, 6th place prediction to be true. I want to get up there into the top 4 or 5, but I just don't know that we have the elite players to do it, to go out and win road games. Oh, but we've got Vandy coming up, so hold the phones. Let's see if we can win at home first. Take care of your house. Take care of your zoo. If we can hold off Mississippi State here, we should be on track for I feel like this schedule was a little bit front-loaded. Just a little bit. Hold off the Bulldogs here. Yes, sir. 5-point victory. Awash leading the way with 10 points. All right, that was good. So now we go at Vandy. And you don't like to say you should win a road game. It's tough to say, but we've beaten Vandy by 40 just nonstop throughout this entire save. They're 10-14 on the year. This feels like there's not many road games at this point with a team of this talent level. There's not a lot of times I'm going to say a road game is a should-win situation, but this is a should-win situation. Vandy sucks. So it's extremely winnable. Let's see if we can go in there and get it done. I mean, there's never any kind of guarantees, but Vandy is awful. All right. Can the home court finally buoy them to a win against us, or do we go in and embarrass them again in their own house? We didn't embarrass them. We won by 12 on the road, though. I mean, that's a decent win. Awash got 12 rebounds. Did we have another team incident? Or was that an injury? Oh. Nick Polybank is out with severe back pain for 64 days. So, I mean, he's done for the year. Okay, well, that's definitely unfortunate. He was playing 16 minutes a game for us. He's averaging 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, so he was getting it done. This is not the worst thing that could possibly happen to us, but it definitely hurts. So we'll move Benton up. Hopefully he's going to take over those minutes. We can also move Lon Davis up a fair bit. Let's see. We can move Lon Davis up to like right there. Let's see what the AI does with this. They're going to play Benton for those 16 minutes. So I'm actually all right with that. Brian Benton's solid. He's actually a little bit better of a scorer than Polybank was. He's definitely more experienced. Neither of them were great defenders, I don't think. No. He could really rebound well. Benton, not quite the defensive rebounder, but not all that much worse. So, not a huge loss there, but still. I think Polybank is going to end up being a really good player. If you recall, he was top 5. Well, Beach Bear says, there goes my prediction. That's an old man injury. You know what? I'm learning more as I get older and older. Everything's an old man injury. Like, all my everything hurts, man. For the Kentucky Derby yesterday, I went down, saw some friends, and we were outside throwing around like a Frisbee for a while, and everything hurts. I feel miserable from 15 minutes of throwing a Frisbee. My knuckle still hurts from something I did last week. I don't even remember what it was. Like, everything just hurts. So, old man injury, like, that could be anything. I was talking to my dad about it. He's like, yeah, everything just hurts. I didn't do anything. And everything hurts. So, all right. Oh, Tulane lost. Kentucky lost, though. Kentucky lost on the road to Mississippi State. All right, let's see if we can get it done against Auburn at home. They're 16-10, 9-5 in the SEC, so having a good year. This Auburn team looks solid. I think on the road, we would have a really tough time with them. In the zoo, though, Auburn, you're not coming into the zoo and winning. Well, man, Bruce Wayne taking care of business with 19 points and 9 rebounds. So, we send them packing. Now we get Arkansas. We lost at Arkansas earlier in the year. Let's see if we can get them back. We could be turning this thing around here at the end of the year. We need this game against Arkansas, though, because both of these, at Texas A&M, at Ole Miss, neither of those teams look great, but on the road it's just so tough. How young am I? I'm 37. 37. So, not that young. I'm at the point where everything hurts. Like mowing the grass makes the leg sore for a couple of days. You know what I mean? All right, the Razorbacks trying to come into the zoo. You know what? We're not having it. You're not coming into our house. That's 20 points. Even Joe Snyder says no, but Awash lead the way with 16 points. Filling up that stat sheet with 3 blocks, 4 steals, 7 boards. Eric Walker pitching in. So the freshman turned 39 the other week. Nice. Yeah, I think it's a good age, but everything just a little bit tighter than it used to be. A little bit harder to get out of bed each day, right? 2 more games in this regular season. We're going to finish it off all on the road. Right now, though, we're at 10-6. If we win, both of these are games that we're better than both of these teams. But both the games are on the road. 10-18 Ole Miss, we should win that. If you lose to a team that's 10-18, that's trash. Texas A&M is, they're still below 500. Both of these are winnable games on the road. And I'll be mildly disappointed. I feel like we should be slight favorites in both of these. But winning on the road is tough. So we're actually back in the rankings now. Hopping back in at number 25. Beach Bear, you're 15. I'm so old I don't even recall being 15. I don't know if I do either. Actually, I do. I remember getting my grandfather gave me his car, and I couldn't drive it yet because I didn't have my license. But I remember like being 15 out there washing that car every day. I couldn't even drive it. I don't even know, it was getting dirty from what. But I remember washing my car when I was 15. So there's that. Mizzou and Texas A&M, the Aggies. Can we win it on the road against a bad team? They're 5-11 in the SEC. 5-11 in the SEC. This is a very winnable game. I feel like we should be favored. Yes, sir. I told you. I told you it was a slight favorite. But we went in and pulled it off. The 3-point victory on the road against the Aggies moves us to 11-6. And guys, if we can take care of the Rebels, Ole Miss, I don't have to look at the standings to tell you we're fighting for one of those top 3 or 4 positions in conference. Let's see what happens against Ole Miss, and then I'll throw out where I figure we've finished in conference. See what happens here. When you're younger, I definitely think you can be sharper. Like the older you get, you just get like more and more information, and it starts all getting jumbled and pushed out, and you drink half of it away, right? I was definitely sharper when I was younger, so if we need if we run into any problems that takes intelligence to solve, we're reaching out to Beach Bear first. All right. Let's see what we can get down here in Oxford. Missouri and Mississippi. Ole Miss, the Rebels. Can't get it done. Missouri leading the way 62-45, 17 points. Bruce Wayne, Ray Battier, and Joe Snyder. So it's different guys every time. I love it. I really like this team. So 12-6, I'm saying we definitely 1,000% did better than that prediction of finishing 6th in the conference. I'm going to say we probably finished tied for 3rd. See what we got. Oh, we got 3rd outright. So that was just a total guess. A lot of times in this 12-6 territory, you see a lot of teams get bunched up. And all of these teams are really close record-wise. But Florida wins the conference at 14-4, Tennessee 13-5, and we get 3rd at 12-6. So, guys, we're ranked. We finished in the top 3 of the SEC. I think that we can beat any of these teams on a neutral court, Tennessee being the possible exception. Possible exception. It can be. I think we should beat most of those teams on a neutral court. That's what I meant. We can beat Tennessee and Florida. I think we should beat every team but Tennessee and maybe Florida. But let's see what happens here. We just passed March 5th, so we need to go and check, make sure nobody went to the NBA. He said at 15, you don't have to experience your favorite team losing for another 24 years. Have you ever met a Bengals fan? Do you know how long their teams have been losing? Yeah, Bengals fans, it doesn't matter how old you are. The only way to be a Bengals fan and not watch your team lose for another 24 years is to be like 90. It was nice to see they brought in Jamar Chase to pair up with Joe Burrow, but I would have really liked to have seen them bring in somebody that could keep Joe Burrow upright in uniform and off the surgery table, right? So we finished 3rd, but now we got Georgia on a neutral court. This was a tough game for us at home. Now we got them on a neutral court, so I think we should beat them. Tennessee wins, Florida wins against LSU. Florida won handily, and Mississippi State won. So the favorites are moving on so far. Let's see if we can keep it all chalk here in the SEC tournament. The Tigers and the Bulldogs, yes sir. Wayne Holmes Walker. Whew, now we get the Vols. All right. Let's see what you got, UT. Let's see what you got. At this point, we're definitely better than that 7 seed that we were talking about earlier. I still think we could, be a second-round team, try to push for a Sweet 16, but look at Florida just handles Alabama. So now we got Tennessee, and they're one of the top 5 teams in the country, 27-5. If you wanna hang a banner, you gotta go through a team like this sooner or later. The Tigers and the Vols, boom, 75-61. I didn't even see how we did it. Who was it? Well, AWash did nothing. AWash was in foul trouble. Tim Wayne, Bo Holmes, 4 of 9 from 3, 8 of 14. Bruce Wayne, 7 of 17. Walker did his thing, so it was Wayne, Holmes, and Walker. Davis was all right. But we just blew them out. We were 34-33 at the half, and then the second half we just ran away from them. And we take down the Tennessee Volunteers, the number 4 team in the country, by 14. It is on right now. It is on. The Missouri Tigers and the Florida Gators for the SEC Championship. Banner time, baby. It's banner time. And none of this Gator nonsense is not happening. We're taking them down. Missouri's the best team in this conference right now. Let's get it, Tigers. Let's get it. Send the Gators back to Gainesville. Back to football time, boys. Back to the pigskin. Oh, 6 points. We're so close. Wayne tried. We got so close. We're a daggone good team, folks. Oh, that's frustrating. So close. So very close. But, I mean, it's a good Florida team, and we played them really tough in a championship game there. Oh, we need to go to the selection show. At this point, we should be a 5 seed, I think. I think we should be a 5 seed. I think a Gator would totally win in a fight against a Tiger. That's probably accurate. The Tiger could run away a lot faster. But if they get into close quarters, I don't see the Tiger avoiding the Gator chomp. But let's see what we get here. Here's our play-in games. Purdue and Washington in a play-in. So the Wisconsin Badgers grab the number 1 overall seed. And the Gators might be small, but it depends on the Gator. There could be a Gator as big as a Tiger. Florida grabs a 2 seed. Seton Hall a 3. Nova. Now there's Oregon at a 5. OSU. Pitt and Arizona a 10 seed. Arizona's going to mess around and accidentally suck and fire their coach and offer me the job, and it's going to be hard to turn down. In Columbus, Texas the 1 seed. VCU, Memphis, and Missouri. There we are with our 4 seed. That's right, baby. Against Wright State. So if we can make it to the second round, we would be looking at the winner from the play-in game from Purdue and Washington or Texas Tech, the 5 seed. All right, so we'll be in Columbus in the first round. There we got Delaware State, a 6 seed. That's an interesting 6 seed. They're actually ranked 20th in the country. Maryland, Georgia Southern, Holy Cross, LSU. In San Antonio, Houston. Wow. What a gift for Houston being the 1st seed in San Antonio. Illinois at 2. Duke, Syracuse, BYU. There's the Bulldogs with a 6. And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish grabbed the 1 seed in Denver, along with the Oklahoma Sooners, Marquette, Kansas, Colorado State, an interesting 5 seed there. Wichita State a 6. All right, so there is your NCAA tournament. Let's see what we got here. I know we're making the second round. I know it. We're making the second round. It's happening. We'll see how Polybank's doing. He's still out for still more than a month. So we knew he was done. Just wanted to check in on him, see how you're doing. Get that little electric shock, whatever they do on the back treatment. Like, get yourself right. Take care of yourself. Be ready for next year, Nick, because it's coming. We're only losing 1 player off this team, and it was a backup. All our starters are back. Everybody else is back except for 1 backup. And to add to it, the guy that we're bringing in just might be our starting center. I mean, Snyder might hold on to that position, but I don't know. It's not a guarantee. We're going to have to see how the freshman looks when he shows up. But before we get to next year, so chat's still talking about Animal Planet over here. T-Rexes versus Megalodon sharks. Yeah, Gators, they're tough. All right, but Tigers are also tough, and I think a Tiger would eat a Raider. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can make that second round, which is what I expected us to be able to do, and then go from there. So Missouri in the NCAA tournament, once again, as a 4 seed, taking on the Wright State Raiders in the first round by 23. My man Awash. That's right. Awash doing things. So now we move on to the second round. Let's see who we end up playing. So it's Purdue from the play-in game. Purdue. Interesting. A little Big Ten action trying to come in here on our Missouri Tigers. So let's see if we can dispatch the Boilermakers and move on to the Sweet 16. It's the Tigers versus Purdue. Woo, closer than we like. But once again, it's Awash. 8 points, 8 rebounds, just filling that stat sheet out, doing a little bit of everything, and moving us on to the Sweet 16, baby. So whether we stay relatively the same or even creep up a little bit in prestige, this year has definitely been a success. Definitely a success to make the Sweet 16. And now all bets are off. Anything can happen. I feel like on a neutral court, we can compete with anybody. We could also lose to anybody, but we can compete with anybody. Oh, look, there's some exciting NIT work here with Kentucky. Losers. Perdon't. Beach Bears still calling the Elite Eight. We came close last year. Hold on, what did we do? Yeah, we were Sweet 16 last year and came up short. Oh, I don't know. We got to play Texas. They brought in that recruit that we were all drooling over last year. Texas brought him in. This is the top recruiting class in the country. If we were playing anyone else, I would say yeah, but I don't think that we can compete with Texas. 18 points. So just blew us out. Not even a competition. Texas is stacked. We're a 4 seed random task. And then VCU turns around and beats Texas. Wow. That's interesting. Right, Texas got Scotty. So that was just not going to happen. We could have competed with just about any team in the country, but not Texas. That was just pure and simple. They had more talent than we did. Louisville also doing things and stuff in the NIT. That's great. All right, let's see what happened here in the NCAA. In East Rutherford, we had Wisconsin Nova, Florida Seton Hall, and then it ends up being Florida over Villanova. So, we got the Gators in the SEC championship, but now, they kind of have the last laugh. They're in the Final Four. Over in Columbus, we already saw that. It was Texas versus VCU. Everything else, 1, 2, 3, 4, that was just straight chalk, and Texas took out VCU. VCU took out Texas. In San Antonio, Houston comes all the way out and then gets upset by Syracuse. The 3 seed Duke, Illinois lost to Utah State. So then they couldn't get past Duke, and Duke beat Syracuse to move on to the Final Four as a 3 seed. And lastly, in Denver. Whoa! Oh, my word. Ring the alarm bells. Call somebody. Call an adult. The Morehead State Eagles took out Notre Dame. We got a 16-1 upset on our hands here in Denver, guys. So Morehead State took out Notre Dame, which allows Auburn to move on out. But then ultimately Kansas and Marquette, and it's Kansas going to the Final Four. We also had Chris's San Diego State Aztecs upset the Sooners, made it on out, but then got dispatched by Marquette. So it was Kansas over Marquette to give us a Final Four. No 1 seeds in the Final Four. It's Florida, VCU, Duke, Kansas. Yeah, 4 seed is kind of a kiss of death. That's accurate. So, all right, so let's head over to the bracket. See who wins this. Florida, VCU, Duke, Kansas. Hit the game grid. 3 more games to play, and then we see what happens, right? So all the best parts of the stream coming up shortly. We get to see how the prestige change. We get to see what job offers we get. I'm getting more and more connected to Missouri, so it might end up being hard to actually leave, but we'll see. We never know. Kansas is moving on. I didn't see who moved on in the other one. It's always nice to see Duke lose, though. I mean, it's more fun to see Kentucky lose, but seeing Duke lose also fun. So let's see who is actually in this finals. Kansas loses to VCU. So VCU wins the national championship game. Awesome. Let's check out these awards. All right. Overall, my word, VCU. I guess this guy was good. John Ezell. Interesting. The VCU just won everything. Except freshman of the year. First team All-American, obviously, this dude. Second teamers. Okay. Let's check out these individual awards in the SEC, though. So Tom Owens, LSU, Florida, Georgia. Okay, we got nothing on that. First teamers, nada. It's Bama, Mississippi State. Kentucky still had a first teamer. You can't have a first team all-conference player if you're in the NIT. You should be banned from stuff like that. What's up? Thanks for the follow there, Hans Millman. Second team. We can't even get a second teamer? All right, so we won the SEC championship. We finished third in the regular season, and we went to the Sweet 16. We didn't have a single all-conference player. That was pure just teamwork. It's what I like to see. I'd be one of those coaches taking the names off the back of the jerseys. It'd just say, like, team or something, All right. Oh, players declaring for the draft. Nobody for us, obviously. Season review. Nice. 68-70. That's right. Finish ranked in the top 25. Nice. All right, so we finished all of our goals, and we creeped up to 70 prestige. So that's good stuff, guys. That's in the territory that we want to be in. If we could push it up to like 75, it would get crazy. Chris is ready to see who wants to hire me. Let's delete all of this. This is always the most stressful part of the stream for me. I think it's the most entertaining and interesting, but this is the most stressful because I would love to stay here and keep developing this team, but man, sometimes the offers are pretty cool and really hard to pass up. Last time, it was Michigan State. It was extremely hard to pass up. There's the 1 seed that lost to the 16. They're just like, nope, fire the coach, get him out. Let's see. There's a couple of interesting jobs there. West Virginia's interesting. Notre Dame's interesting. Even Miami, I always thought it would be cool to be at Miami. Baylor would be a cool job. Penn State's actually one that I've always wanted to do Penn State just to see if I could get them going in the Big Ten. Because like they've sucked at basketball for so long. There's cool jobs there. I don't know that there's anything that moves the needle for me. If anybody in chat sees anything that just jumps out like crazy, feel free to shout it out. Wake Forest got really good academics and facilities. Same with Notre Dame, actually. Trying to call California open ahead of time. I'm actually interested that, neither Louisville and Kentucky both in the NIT, and neither of those jobs are open. So that's kind of interesting. But I wouldn't take either of those just because I don't want any more Louisville saves. And I would never coach Kentucky, so that's not ever happening. Notre Dame, Miami, those are interesting jobs. I don't see anything in here that is so prestigious that I'm like, oh, I've got to jump on it. Nothing doing it for me. So that was kind of anticlimactic from what it generally tends to be. Usually when it gets to coach hiring time, I got to go take a restroom break, think about it for a little while. Nothing doing there. There was nothing tugging at my heartstrings. All our coaches are good to go, so hopefully none of them get hired away. Wake Forest never works out for you. Huh. Yeah, I think Wake Forest would be pretty cool. But yeah, at this point, like, if it's not... Like, I would take that Arizona job, probably. What else would be cool? Kansas would be cool. Chris is very much not interested in Michigan State, so we won't be doing that. We're not doing Louisville or Kentucky. I'm not going to do Duke. Florida might be kind of cool. Let's see, can we petition the board for money? No, we did not spend our budget. So let's just pitch facilities here and see if we can get a little upgrade. Whose SAT is that? Denied. All right, into season. So now it's time to move on. We'll lose Battier, but we pick up the new center recruit. Going to be feeling pretty good about that. But seeing this squad develop is going to be crazy. Next year, I think we got to be... it'll depend on the recruits, right? But we got to be something like... we got to be something like a favorite for the SEC championship again, right? I mean, we won it and we only lost one backup player. Yeah, Wake Forest's SAT is probably pretty high. I don't know about 1,100, although it could be. I mean, I bet it's at least in the thousands. I mean, like, I know like Duke and schools like that are 1,100. I don't know if Wake is quite that high. We can go check it out if you want to. Beach Bears calling for 2 seasons in one stream. 2 seasons in one stream. You know what? That's a definite maybe. I'm still feeling good. People still around? I can't see the number in chat or anything, but if people are still around and hanging out, I'll at least get going on another one. I mean, nobody's home right now, so. Got to run and take a quick break. And the breaks might be a little... We got 4 scholarships for next year. All right. Yeah, we'll have to definitely get a break here and freshen up, but take a look. So we're going to get hosed because we only had the one commitment last year because we only had one available scholarship. So they don't even rate that recruiting class in the top 100. But you know what? I'm not buying it. This report is crap. We got exactly what we needed out of our recruiting period. So still only $78,000. I mean, we still just have to stick with our Great Plains premium report and not a whole lot of anything else. So let's see what that'd be. So we'll still have $48,000. Gives us $10,000 to go to camps, and we recruit with $38,000. We could recruit with less if we needed to. I'm considering this basic national report. But you know what? I feel like the gold report, if you don't have the gold report, you're just wasting your money. So we'll stick with the gold report in Great Plains. That's it. And we will we'll keep rocking here. Let's check out the transfers before we look at nobody transferred. Cool. Very cool. And I don't think I have any scholarships to offer here. I do not. So we'll bounce back out here and skip through these transfer sessions. Then we'll take a look at the roster for next year. And Beach Bears calling for 2 seasons. Random Task calling for 2 seasons. I'm gonna keep it going. We'll see how long it goes. I can't guarantee we'll finish the 2nd season. I don't know when my wife's getting home with 2 of the kids. So we'll see how that goes. But we're going to push it. We're going to push the envelope tonight. It's a Sunday super stream. I'm excited to see how these guys developed. I want to see if any of them gained any traits. I'm really excited to see whether this center steps in immediately to a starting role or if Joe Snyder is going to hold on to that starting center position. See if anything develops. that we want to do anything other than play Awash at power forward for a third or fourth year. I know he's done it at least 2 years now, maybe 3. All right, let's get this summer travel. Just let the AI suggest it. That's exactly what I would have done. Headed to Indy, headed to Houston. We're done. We're to the 26th. So we're all the way through 1 year. That's what I generally try to promise in a stream. And now let's get to the bonus coverage. Hold on. Actually, we're gonna take a look at the roster, see where we're at there, see if anybody developed any traits, then freshen up, then bonus coverage. All right. So why is Eric Walker mad? What's he mad about? Oh, he's not friendly. He doesn't get along with his teammates. But I can deal with that. He's a good player, so we'll figure out how to make it work, right? Oh, and we get Reggie Davis this year. Heck of a player. The transfer, Reggie. So he's definitely going to be eating up some time at guard. A Wash up to 4.5 stars. Love to see that. Tim Wayne at 4. Charlie Hayward also at 4. So we take a look there. He's got the scoring. The inside shooting isn't great. The defensive ability is only 5. So Snyder's a better defender. He's got a 6 in scoring, 5 inside shooting. Hayward's a much better scorer, though. All right, let's take a look at attributes. Does anybody have any attributes other than Snyder's defensive rating? Reggie Davis has nothing. Antonio Washington made it all the way to his senior year and never picked up a trait. Tim Wayne still doesn't have that bucket getter. He'll get there. So once again, Joe Snyder and his defender is the only trait that we have on the entire team. So it's interesting, right? I mean, all these guys developed a little bit. They're all a year older. They're better with the plays, all that good stuff. We've added Reggie Davis. I think we're going to have a very similar year to what we had last year. Hopefully, it's a little bit of a step up. Chris calling for the Super Bonanza stream. Kick off that recruiting. Yeah, we're about to, buddy. So, yeah, I think we're going to have... It's going to be similar to last year. Hopefully, we get like those couple extra wins, right? Hopefully, we repeat in the SEC. Maybe even make it out to the Elite Eight this year. But you never know. There's nothing guaranteed. Because still we don't have those superstars, right? We still don't have anybody with traits. We still don't have any of those like elite level players. But here's the thing. Now we're at 70 prestige as a school. Let's see here. Check out this pro draft. All we had was Battier, so I doubt he was drafted. Yeah, nothing doing there. So the thing is, not only do we have 70 prestige with our school, look at our coach. Up to 84 on the recruiting. So it just continues to develop. Everything else is getting crazy. I don't know why recruiting's lagging behind when everything else just beelining to 100. But we got 84 recruiting and 70 prestige now. We've got a decent budget. I think this year is when we start to bring in some of those guys that are just ridiculous difference makers. You know, it'll still have to be within a region, but I think this is when we get it done. So this is ordinarily where I would cut it off, get a save going. I'm definitely going to save. But let me go freshen up and come back with round 2. I'll be back. Give me 3 minutes. Oh, everything hurts. Everything hurts. got 2. We got all fueled up. Time for another year. Let's see what we're getting here. Need to fill that fridge. Yeah, I empty it from time to time. It happens. So, all right, guys. June 26th, we could take a look at the roster and see what we want to fill up. But we know, especially only recruiting in one region, I mean, you know how I'm going to fill up the list. So it's really not a thing. So let's just bounce out to the full recruit list and let's check out all of the interested prospects from this region. So once again, only one 5-star guy in the entire region. Lots of 4 stars. There is your player that won't qualify. So let's just go ahead and fill it up. JUCO shooting guard, no thanks. JUCO, the 2-4, no thanks. Let's see, can we just fill the whole thing up with 3-star guys? Yeah. So we got 39 guys at 3 stars or higher. So, I mean, that's decent. Let's see how that broke down by position. Let's check out this call watch list. Only 1 point guard? Are you kidding me? Are the point guards in region that bad? This feels like a very down year for the region, to be honest. The power forwards seem like maybe that's a strength. No centers, but what in the world? Is this for real? This is a very down year in this region, so not a great year to have 4 scholarships available. I would have much rather had this last year when we had a handful of very talented, interesting players. So, I mean, nothing better than a 3-star center. The point guards, there are a couple of other ones, but they're not going to qualify. Brutal talent this year. We're not going for JUCOs. Oh. Now, I do kind of wish I would have had that basic national report just as like a lifeline. But, of course, that would have taken us down to like $30,000 on the budget. So, you know, we're just going to stick with this. Hope these guys perform well. And it is what it is. It's not like the other teams in this region have anything better. Chris says just get the recruiting out of the way. You know, I still think, like, look at this. 1, 2, 3. Only 14 guys within the region that are going to qualify and are rated 4 stars or higher. So we got 4 scholarships and really only 14 good targets that we know of. Let's advance. Let's get through some of these camps and see if some of these guys don't start standing out. Maybe the region is just underrated this year. So that's what we're going to hope for. Because this would definitely be a blow to my strategy of bringing in talent every year if this is all we've got to work with and these guys aren't any better. You know, if I had the other reports, it would be fine, but I don't have enough money. That's why it pisses me off so bad that they wouldn't increase my budget a couple of years ago. Because, like, I don't have the budget to buy reports for other regions to actually compete for anything. Yeah, it could be diamonds in the rough. We'll see. Here's Mick Rowland, the top recruit in the region, already going to warm interest. Tremendous work ethic. All right, like to see that for sure. Cool visit. Awesome time. Let's see how he does at camps. If the top recruit, yeah, that's what I'm saying. With, it's only 14 targets, but if we land 4 of them, you know what I mean? This guy from Iowa, is he on our list? Yep, John Bailey. He's a 4-star guy. Looking good, looking good. Now, see, here's a 2-star center that's top 5 at Georgia. So definitely something to be looking at. There's a power forward the same way. This point guard, Roy Miller, is already on our list. So yeah, I mean, we got some guys that are standing out at those camps. Not the Indy camp, but the other camps. You know, they look all right. All right, let's bounce back over here into our recruiting. So we definitely want to dial him up and clear these categories. All right, we're on his list. We got the 5-star player and we're on his list. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go through and host. Ooh, scouting live. We'll definitely get Rowland. Yeah, we'll just scout the top 3 live. Whatever. I need to get through to the Great Plains camp. Should be right here. So we can get through that, clear up this list, and then we'll really know who we want to be hosting and visiting live. So our only point guard, he was top 10 at Houston. He was also very high at Georgia. So we know we've got a pretty good player here. What do we want as far as positions that we're targeting? We're actually pretty deep at point guard already. We definitely need a shooting guard. So yeah, we basically need everything but a point guard. But you know what? If we can grab that point guard that was top 5 at Georgia and top 10 at camp, we'll be good to go there. So we'll scout him live and host. Quite a few shooting guard options. MVP at Houston, John Bailey. Let's scout him live as well. Go ahead and clear up the categories here. So you can see, you start digging into it. There's some decent candidates out here. Well, there were some... As soon as I say that, we go straight into the not good candidates. That seems about right. And these are guys that aren't standing out at Houston in a year where this region is just trash. All right. And this is the kind of year where even these guys that are like decent, I'm like, you might need to be cut off the list as well. But definitely, if you couldn't stand out this year, like, you got no business being on my call list at all. We're going to have such a small pool of guys to be recruiting out of. Top 10 at Indy. Man, that's nice. I think we got a good shot at Rowland. I think that's going to be the first elite recruit that we pull. William Davis was top 5 at Houston. This 2-star dude. That's interesting. Yeah, I like to try to pick up an extra region, man, but you got to have the money to do it. So I mean, look what I'm recruiting with $30,000. So any gold report is going to cost you $30,000. I just don't have the budget to reach out into another region. And I especially in this year's game, I feel like if you're not getting the gold report, you're just wasting money. Another guy in the top 5. These 2-star players are all top 5 at Houston. All right, so we cut our list down to 26 players. Man, oh man. Let's host a few. Let's get live on Mick. Who else? John Bailey, solid as could be. And who else do we want to go out and watch? Maybe a small forward. Do we have a small forward target here set up anywhere? Decent. Top 25. Ashburn. Anderson. Ashburn and Anderson. These two. Anderson's a local boy. All right, so we're going to be looking at these guys next week. Cool. All right, we're going to get all this. We're going to get all this recruiting taken care of and get back into these games as soon as possible. Let's blow through some emails real quick. So Roy Miller had an awesome time. Is he the point guard? Yeah. So he's definitely a guy that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Right. You're gambling. If you don't have the gold report, you're just gambling. So if I can get a budget increase, I can start reaching out into some different regions. But until then, it's just really tough. Let's get... Oh, dead period. Whoops. Get through the dead period, then we'll bring both Ashburn and Anderson in for visits. And then pop over here to these power forwards because we need to bring in Davis. He was top 5 in the region. Scouting live will be Davis, Rowland, and Bailey. No, there's quite a few gems here, Chris. There's a couple of guys that are 2 stars, but they were top 5 at the Houston camp. So yeah, there's definitely some diamonds in the rough out here. Let's go ahead and get this simulated. Still not picking up a whole lot of interest over here in Bailey. We're number 4 in... But is he hot? Yeah, see, he's hot on Iowa State. Still cool on us. So he didn't have a great visit. That's not a great sign. Small forwards, on the other hand, Anderson and Ashburn both loving it. He went straight to hot. Of course, he's just... So this is the problem. I mean, yeah, he was top 25 at Houston, but God, where's the top 5 guys at? Let's look. Who was top 5 at Houston? Bailey, Branch, Adams, Davis, David Durham? Let's add him. Bring him on in. No, lose my number, K. I don't know about all that. Let's see. Davis, we already brought in for the visit. Nigel Adams. All these guys are 2-star guys. Bailey's the only 4-star guy that was top 5 in this regional camp. That's ridiculous. Such a weird recruiting year. Lenny Anderson, awesome time. Lamani Ashburn, awesome time. Love to see that. All right, cool. We're rolling. Now, it's not a complete wash, but it's just weird that all these top 5 campers are all 2-star guys. Like, how badly was this region scouted? Enjoyed it. Look at my man A-Wash, nominated for the Norton. Where is he? He's probably toward the bottom. No, he's number 19. Look at him. That's right. Antonio Washington, number 19 on the Norton award list. That's cool. I believe that's our first Norton candidate of the save. Many more to come, but for now, that's the first one that we've got. All right, we got so we've already branched the 1-star recruit, even though he was top 5 at the region. Adams was as well. That's why we're going to go ahead and host him. Let's just make this center week. That's fine. Moving on. Yeah, anytime they say lose my number, I always like to call them right back. I'm not big into, like, listening to them. Matthew Perry seems like he'd be a good friend. Look at that. Rowland's gone to hot. Wow, folks. This is the first big-time recruit we're pulling in. We can go ahead and offer there. I don't know. He's big on location, and he's also hot on Texas, and the dude's from Texas. So it could get a little bit messy, but all right. Let's check this out now. Do we have any visits left? Yeah, 1 visit left. He's already come in. Oh, David Durham, not interested in the least. Okay. Which is a shame, because I'm pretty sure he was also top 5. All right, let's see what we get here. Yeah, I'm thinking Matthew Perry might leave me for Monica. It's a tough one. Plus, I heard big-time smoker. John Bailey's up to warm. So we're in the fight for him. It's not looking great, but we can make it happen. All right, so John Bailey's getting an offer. Over here, Lenny Anderson, top 25 at Houston. You're getting an offer. Let's unlock the rest of these categories for him. Let's hope nobody 15 had to experience friends yet. Number 1 on Lenny Anderson's list. That's what I like to hear, especially on August 21st, because that's a true list now. That's an updated and up-to-date list. Let's see. For Bailey, we're still 8th. For Rowland, we're 4th. Yikes, we're quite a bit further down than I would like to be for him. And at center, who do we offer? So Ronaldo was top 5 at Houston. I think Nigel Adams was also, right? He just wasn't on our list. So both these guys were top 5 at Houston. Ronaldo Brand, I think it's got to be right here. I understand that he's only a 1-star rated guy. He might have a somewhat limited ceiling, but I think he'll be a talented player. I want to bring him in. We're going to offer to him. Let's unlock these categories. Number 1 on his list, baby. That's right. So, all right, no scholarships left. Let's move it. How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, I never watched that one. I watched Friends though. It's good for a chuckle. You can't get too far wrong with it, as long as you have your boat. Still $18,000. We're not worried about budget whatsoever. Just bringing some guys in. See if we can get some backup options maybe. Hopefully we don't need them. Hopefully we just land these 4 guys and move right on past this recruiting. Beer Town. I actually do too. I can't lie. It's a good show. It's a handful of sitcoms I really enjoy, and that's one of them. Get through all these. Let's see. Matthew Perry thought it was a cool visit. He'll make up his mind. He'll let me know when he does. So there we go. I don't think. I'm pretty sure that the Friends jokes will end quite soon, because I don't see us being in on him or offering him. And he spelled Matthew. Just gives me a nervous tick not to have that second T in there. So, all right, let's get it. September 11th. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I'm with you there, Chris. Oh, Mick Rowland's already decided, and this is actually bad for us. Had he let us in the door, I think he would have committed. As it is, I bet it's Texas. Michigan. All right, so I thought we had him, but he committed too early. And he went to the Big Ten, which is always a bad decision. We also have no shot at Roy Miller. The only point guard on our list decided to go to Oklahoma without taking in homes. So let's see. Over here at power forward, I'm pretty sure William Davis was also top 5. Yeah. So I don't even want to call this guy a backup option. He's really solid. We're going to bring in the top 5 at Houston again. But the interesting thing is now they're all going to be like 1 and 2 star guys. So hopefully it still works out for us. At the very least, we're going to be just fine within this region. But it's weird. It's a weird year for the region. So you can only do you play the cards dealt, right? I feel like we played them pretty well. So let's see, location. Location. Still location. Now, John Bailey is a really interesting one. Oh, but he's got all these other schools at hot now. Let's see if we can jump back up into the John Bailey sweepstakes. I mean, if not, there's a handful of other options at shooting guard, but we'll see. All right, we got all our visits set up. Let's move over to the inbox so we don't spoil it for ourselves and check out these decisions. Man, I'm really upset we didn't land Mick Rowland. That would have been super cool. He would have been by far our best recruit so far. None of these guys committed, and I'm actually fine with that. Because what it means is they're listening to in-homes, and now we get to go do it again. And to be quite honest, look at that. Straight up to second. Now let's see if we can leapfrog Texas Tech and take home Bailey. Our coach is so good at recruiting. The longer these guys stick around, the better it is for us. All right, so William Davis will also go location. And for Branch, look at that. We're way up at the top of his list. Let's bring in all 4 of these guys. Let's do it right now. Let's get the scheduling. They're all committing second week. Making it happen. Making it happen, folks. The AD's hooking us up yet again. I think this is even easier than last year. Ohio State at home. Colorado State on the road. Going to the Great Alaskan Shootout versus Dayton. Interesting decision. Oh. 2 commitments. Bailey, coming. Lenny Anderson, coming. So now we just got to go get Branch and Davis. Oh, Davis says his parents weren't impressed. Come on, Davis. Don't do us like that. All right, we'll talk to Branch about location. Who else do we want to get in on? Nigel Adams? I think he was the other top 5 guy. He's into academics. At power forward, I mean, we're still way... Let's see, hold on. Cancel that. What do the parents say? The parents have got a ton of control, and they're into facilities. Well, let's go in here and talk to them about facilities. See if that gets them to come around. But if it doesn't, what are our other options? He kind of sucks. Sean Autry, not great. Edward. So, all right, so really no other great options. We just need to land Davis. That's all there is to it. We'll go talk to this guy, I suppose. All right, I think he's the location, right? Yeah. All right, so we got a backup option, sort of. But let's land William Davis. Let's land both of these targets and move on. Land both the targets. Move on to ball games. I'm ready to get some games going, guys. We brought back the whole team. The whole gang is back. It's Awash's senior year. Our Fab Four are now sophomores. Both of these guys committed. Watch it. William Davis. Yup. Ronaldo Branch. Yup. All right. Let's take one quick look at the overall recruiting class. Star-wise, looks like trash. But look at this. Lenny Anderson, top 25 at Houston. All right. John Bailey, the MVP at Houston. You know he's a baller for sure. Ronaldo Branch, top 5. William Davis, top 5. So in the last 3 years, we've now landed 7 of the 15 guys that were top 5 at the Houston camp. We're getting it done on the recruiting trail, guys. Getting it done. Not if the parent. All I had to do was recognize that the parents had input, go see what they were into, pitch the facilities, and boom, he was ours. So another class coming in with 3 top 5 campers. John Bailey, the gem of the class, there at shooting guard. Hopefully he's just a bucket getter and pushes us. He's going to be a top 100 recruit. A nice 6'5 shooting guard. Nice to see that. So Bailey will be great. I think the other guys will also be good. But, you know, they're really low rated. So I don't know if that's a bad job at scouting or what that is exactly. My dad's texting me about Crusader Kings 3. Be getting some multiplayer into that later on. Alright, so we can pop over to the dashboard, get to advancing from here. We do need to set our depth chart. Just scroll through all the practice. Sometimes, I don't know, I think there's certain dates when all these ratings and everything update, and I don't know exactly when it is, so that's why I just kind of play it out before I actually get in and adjust any of this. I think we're probably going to be in a situation where we're going to want to play Washington at the 4 again and play Wayne at the 3. Let's see, though. We'll dive into the ratings a little bit while we make that decision. All right, so they're ready to play the games. We need to go set this depth chart. Let's see what we got. Oh, man. It's hard to pass up the scoring that Hayward would bring. He's got all the rebounding. He can't play defense the same. Snyder's definitely better there. And Snyder's not a huge step back. I think we're going to let Snyder start. We let Snyder start. We play Washington at the 4 and let Hayward back both positions up. I think that's what we do. So Walker and Adams, both 7s. Bo Holmes, only a 6 in scoring. He's the best ball handler, though. But we do have Reggie Davis ready to go. The junior transfer definitely needs to be in our starting lineup. All right, let's get this set. Let's start sorting through this. Sometimes these screens don't load up right, and you just click off, click back, and they pop right up. So if the AI does it, it's going to play Tim Wayne at the shooting guard. Washington, it wants to start Benton. We're not doing that. Walker, we need to, where is Reggie Davis? All right, so Walker, Davis, Wayne, Washington, Snyder. Yeah, I think Walker's better than Adams and Holmes. But we want both of them ahead of Frank Wilcox. All right, so we want to move Hayward way up. We want to move Benton way down. Who is Bart Rivers, right? All right, Bart Rivers is solid. Yeah, I guess he kind of by default is the backup 3 since we're playing Wayne and Washington in the starting lineup. So Hayward backs up the inside players. Rivers backs up the small forward. And then Adams and Holmes at guard. Actually, I like Lon Davis better than Benton, actually. I like Polybank better than both of them. Let's see what it does with this matrix. That's beautiful. I love it. So Hayward getting 14 minutes, Rivers with 10, Adams with 14. Holmes isn't getting a ton of time, but I think this is going to compete. So let's get it. Let's get it. Time to get this season underway, baby. Whew. Feel another 4 seed coming on, maybe even a 3. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. We're a year older, a year wiser, a year closer to being old and sore and bald. But, you know, we're going. We're going. With the blue pill or the red pill. I have no idea. We're going to take on Little Rock straight out of the gate. Let's see if we can't make an example here out of Little Rock to get this season started correctly. Yeah. Yeah, baby. 27 points. Joe Snyder rewarding us for keeping him in the starting lineup there. Nice to see it. Little 27-point victory. You know, it's all good. It's all good. We're cruising. We got Canisius coming up. San Diego State. Dayton. Dayton is a non-conference tournament game. So that's where it's going to start getting sticky. These first 3 games we should blow by. Let's send Canisius packing. The Tigers and the Golden Griffins. The Canisius Golden... Oh, look at Kentucky #1. Get out of here. I got something for them. Whoo! Canisius had something for us. We just barely got by that game. My word. Yeah, you get a handful of those games every year where you just don't play well and you really don't want it to be at home against Canisius Golden Griffins. 1-point game, but we got it done. We're moving on. That's all that really matters. There come our letters of intent. Let's watch everybody qualify. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our entire class. All right, good to go. So we're completely done with recruiting. They've all qualified. They've all signed. Signed, sealed, delivered. Now we're just banging through this season. Barely slipped by Canisius. Now we got San Jose State at home. So, should be a dominating victory. But you know what? So should the last one have been. And it wasn't. So, let's see if we can fix that here. Look at it's Awash senior year, man. He can't be dealing with this 1-point victory at home against Canisius. Go out there and let your frustrations loose on the San Jose State Spartans. Let's see 20 points here. Can we get it? Yeah, 24 points actually. Bruce Wayne leading the way with 22. Awash the double-double. 10 and 10 for my man, Antonio Washington. All right. We're moving on. Now we get Dayton. Now we get that neutral court. So let's see what we got on a neutral court. Is that a little multitasking there? All right. Missouri and Dayton on a neutral court. What do we have here? The Flyers and the Tigers. Can we take them out? Let's make it happen. And whatever preseason tournament this is. Missouri, doing business. 17-point victory. Joe Snyder filling it out. Haywood showing up. Oh, Ironhead. So now we get the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. Get the first loss out of the way so you can roll the table the rest of the way. You know what? I just assume never get that first loss. Now we got the shucking corn, those corn huskers of Nebraska against my Tigers. We're taking them down. Get out of here. Head back to Lincoln. Lincoln's that way. Nice little, what is that, a 24-point victory? Yeah, Antonio Washington. Reggie Davis, the transfer, decides to show up, getting buckets. Now we get a big old neutral court game against the Washington Huskies. What tournament is this? Oh, right, it's the Alaskan class. So, basically the Great Alaskan Shootout or whatever. So the Tigers and the Huskies, two undefeated titans of basketball, coming at you in the Great Alaskan Shootout for the championship. Who's it going to be? That's right. Not even a question. Who was asking questions? That's Missouri by 17. Now the bad news, Tim Wayne got hurt. Let's go see what it looks like. Oh, that says 40 days. I have tried to report this bug a number of times. I don't know why it's like the layering is incorrect right here. And it only happens when you get a player right here on the edge of the screen with an injury. Broke his nose. So, I mean, he's not out, but we need to rethink our lineup. We need to rethink the lineup. So, I think it'll be like this. Walker has a sore calf for 3 more days. It also happens right here at the top. So, again, the layering is weird. All right, so what we do is we move Washington back to the 3. And we move Hayward to the 4. Snyder plays the 5. And we move Wayne down here like so. Now, see what kind of matrix they set up. So, they'll let Polybank play a lot of minutes, and that's exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. So, we're still looking good here. We've got our starters. They're solid. Yeah, this is all good. We're looking good here. The number 8 Missouri Tigers. Tourney Gold. Absolutely. Tourney Gold. Let's keep it cracking. 6-0. Top 10 in the country. The Tigers of Missouri. Getting it done in the SEC. Trying to take the SEC over from everybody else. Like Florida, go away. Kentucky, definitely go away. But Kentucky started off the year number 1. They're 3-0 and they're down to number 10. I don't get it. They must be playing a weak schedule. Ugh, excuse me. Must be a weak schedule. All right, so the Buckeyes and the Tigers at the... Or maybe the game just had a premonition that Kentucky was going to go down and blow it against St. Mary's, but St. Mary's took them out. So now Ohio State coming to the zoo. Woo, it was a close game, but Awash leading the way, not going to let us lose. He said, I'm a senior. This is my team. I'm taking it over. And Ohio State's got nothing at all in Missouri for you. Go back to Ohio. Go back to spring football or whatever it is that y'all do in November in Ohio. Like, just get out of Missouri. So we're cruising 7-0. We were 7-0 last year before we dropped a game on the road. Couldn't get to 10-0. Now it looks like we got a home game against Columbia and then a couple of road games. So 10-0 is achievable, but difficult here. So let's see how this goes. We get the game at Columbia at home. So we should be all right here. Although we definitely weren't all right against Canisius, so no guarantees, but we smoked them. Oh my word. 82-34. We won by 48. Wow. That is a beating. Now, the funny thing is, in my personal save, the one I was talking about where I went undefeated with Louisville, we actually beat the number 2 team in the nation by like 40. So that was a good time. But, you know, you beat Columbia by 40. It's all good. Well, look at that. Vandy has a 3-2 record. They're above 500. Let's see if that holds up once you get to conference play. I'm going to guess no. I have no idea. Look at that. Number 3. Your boy's number 3. Missouri Tigers 8-0 on the road at Colorado State. Let's see what we got here. This season's, it's all going right so far. Now we get the challenge on the road. Let's see if we can beat this is an average team. Let's see if we can beat an average team on the road. If we can, we're looking good. And we're headed in the right direction. Yeah, baby, by 7. Joe Snyder, Awash, and Ironhead Hayward. That's right. Whew. This team, I mean, I say it feels a lot like last year's team just because, like, everybody contributing and different people every night. But it is basically last year's team. We just lost Battier and added Hayward, and here we go. So we will need to keep a lookout for when Bruce Wayne's ready to come back because he's definitely a solid player. We want, as soon as he's healthy, we want to shoot him right back into this starting lineup. So do not, like the guys in chat, it's y'all's job to make sure I do not forget to put him back into the starting lineup. Probably around the new year, maybe early January. All right, so now we're headed on the road to number 15 Stanford, and this should be a loss. If we win this, it's going to get stupid real quick. Let's see what happens. Missouri headed out to play Stanford on the road against a top 15 team, and we take care of business by 12. It wasn't even close. Oh, my word. Things and stuff are happening this year. We're 10-0, and there's, all right, hold on. Before we get too excited, first we got a rivalry game against the Illini. So let's see what we got going on there. Let's go on and play through this, simulate through this. I want to check on my injuries. Tendonitis for a day. He's all right. Still 26 days on this broken nose. Whoa. What is this? Food poisoning for a day. Okay, he's all right. So it's really just 26 days. So yeah, like early January. Like by the 10th of January, hopefully we're back at full strength. All right, so let's push it. Let's see what these Illini got. Oh, it looks like they lost. Illinois lost. Now they got to come into number 3 Missouri. Send this team packing, and it's to the moon, baby. To the moon. Let's get them. Right here. Right here. The Fighting Illini and the Tigers at the zoo. Time to take out some anger. This is years of frustration. My man, Awash has been just running into a brick wall against this team. He's a senior. Play it out. Play it out. Don't let him steal it at your house. Protect your house. Protect your floor. Boom! By 1. Reggie Davis, the transfer coming through for us. Reggie Davis. Stanley Rosella in the chat. What's up, Stanley? Good to have you, buddy. No, I didn't knock him around. He's out there. He's playing hard. So, I don't know how long you've been in chat, but his name's Tim Wayne. He plays like Bruce Wayne. So that's what I'm calling him, is Bruce Wayne. He was out there just fighting crime, and he threw his batarang, and it came back and hit his nose or something. I don't know exactly the details. I might be a little bit off there. But that's what happened there to Mr. Wayne. So, but we're rolling right now, boys. We're 11-0. We beat a top 10 Illinois team in a rivalry game, at home, granted, by 1. Okay. But we won. So we're having the time of our lives right here. This Missouri Tiger basketball team's number 3 in the country. Just stumbled in. Love to have you here, buddy. Absolutely love it. We're trying to do a little bit of a stream on a Sunday, just mix it up a little bit, get some different times, let some different people see it. You know, different opportunities. Maybe through the week you're busy and you got a little bit of time on the weekend, or maybe the week's more your thing. And we'll get back to that here in a couple of days. But, you know, for today, I figured I'd just throw this up. Feeling good, feeling like some basketball, feeling like some Tigers. Maybe headed to, I don't know, Elite 8, Final 4. We'll see where it goes. We already got that SEC championship banner hanging up. So we're trying to get in as much basketball as we can before, we're definitely going to hit up some Crusader Kings 3 later on with Dad, but for now we're all about that basketball. And Valpo coming into the zoo. I got news for you. Bad idea, Valpo. Bad idea. 15 points. Look at Nick Polybank off the bench. Joe Snyder's always just hanging around. He's always just filling out stats, doing his thing. Keeping us in the winning category. And guys, right now we're 12-0. Number 3 in the country. We got St. Francis at home, and if we win that game, we go undefeated in the non-conference portion of the schedule. And it's getting serious. I told y'all it was getting serious. But it's happening real quick. And now, like, as you move on from this season, I hate to lose Washington, but as you move on from this season, you've got this recruiting class of 4 top 5 campers in the region, and now being supplemented by, 3 top 5 campers, including the MVP? It's just all headed in the right direction for Missouri. It's about to get super ugly here in the SEC. Like Kentucky and Florida and all these traditional powers, we're up to number 2 in the nation. All these traditional powers are about to just get sent home out of the conference. Missouri's taking it over. We pulled up our chair, we sat down, and we just took it all over. All right. Now it's time for St. Francis at home. See if we can go undefeated in the non-conference portion of the schedule. Against the Red Flash, they're 1-9. We're 12-0, they're 1-9. If we lose this game, nothing doing. Beat them by nearly 40. How do we have a team incident after we win by 40? Is this Frank Wilcox smarting off again? I don't have much patience for Mr. Wilcox. Oh, Eric Walker took a cheap shot at Tim Wayne. The dude's got a broken nose. Why are you taking a cheap shot at him? After we won by 40. Well, he's not friendly. He's a bit of a jerk. All right, we'll go ahead and suspend him. All right, so that really sucks. It really just messes with the entire depth chart when you do something like that. All right, do we want Adams or Holmes? 6-4. 7-5. Bo Holmes. All right, so Adams, Rivers. Oh, Wilcox is too high up there. Move you on down. Move you on down. Set up a matrix for that. I like that. Wilcox can play a few minutes here and there. That's fine. Tim Wayne is back in 10 days. Yeah, I have never seen an incident after a win. I mean, I guess when you're 13-0, like, maybe it's one of those things where, like, they wanted an incident. Like, the computers just got this incident ready for me and we just wouldn't win. They're like, screw it. I'm just going to do it after a win. But, yeah, I've never seen that. That's the first time. Honestly, I've probably played thousands of hours of this game ever since, like, DDSCB 15, maybe. Thousands of hours. I've never seen an incident after a win until just now. And that's why I say, like, you say things can't happen. You know, I've got all these ideas about like who's going to qualify, how players are going to show up, how good they're going to be when they get on campus, who might declare early. They're all just theories and ideas. Like, you can always get thrown off. And if you had asked me 5 minutes ago, can you have a team incident after a win? I'd have said absolutely not. I've played this game so much, can never happen. It just happened. So you never know. You're always learning, always figuring out new things, always seeing something new. Now we're getting into the conference season. Headed into January of 2031. We haven't lost a game yet this year. Although we just had to suspend our starting point guard. We're already down one starter with a broken nose. So here we are playing on the road at Ole Miss without two of our starters. I've got to say this is a recipe for a loss. Even if I think we're better than this Ole Miss team, you can't win on the road in conference without two starters unless you're just ridiculous more talented. Oh, but we just did it by 21. Maybe we are ridiculously talented. I don't feel like we're quite there yet, but man, everything about this game and everything about these simulations are saying you're there, you're there, you're there. I don't think we're there yet. Got about 5 more days before Tim Wayne's ready. Actually, I think 3. 3 more days. I think we'll play Auburn without him, and I think he'll be back for Kentucky. Yeah, take care, Stanley, buddy. Glad you stopped by. Good to see you. Make sure everything's all right, you know. All right, let's see what happens here at home against Auburn. If we can survive this one, we get Tim Wayne back, and the point guard that we just suspended should be back as well. So we're back to full strength, hopefully. Let's see, though. First, Tiger on Tiger action. At home, Missouri carries it by 13. That's Bo Holmes and Awash leading the way. That's right. So now we're undefeated. We're 15-0. We're 2-0 in conference. Now another team incident after a win. What is this? This team hates each other, but we keep on winning so they can't complain, right? That's what's happening. Who was it this time? Eric Walker and Tim Wayne again. All right, so these two players obviously don't care for each other. Now, here is the thing. Tim Wayne's personality is average. That's fine. Eric Walker is not friendly. He's got a garbage relationship with teammates. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to suspend Eric Walker for 2 weeks. And if that fixes the problem, great. If it doesn't, we're just going to kick Eric Walker off the team. I would love to have him around. He's our best guard. He's only a sophomore. But you can't be acting like that. Yeah, I already suspended him once. I just suspended him again. So I gave him 1 week, and then he came back off suspension and immediately acted like a jerk again. So we went for 2 weeks. And if that doesn't fix it, we're kicking him off the team. Because Tim Wayne's team relationship will start ticking back up pretty quickly once the guy that he hates is off the team. But Tim Wayne is healthy again. So we need to get him back on the court. And we do it just like this. Move Hayward back up. And I think I moved somebody too far down. Polybank maybe? Yeah. Oh. There we go. Hayward, Adams, Polybank, Rivers, Davis. Yep, that's right. All right, so get our matrix set up. Thank you much. All right, we're good to go again. All right, so yeah, hopefully 2 weeks from now, give it about what? Like January 25th. Maybe we can bring Walker back and he'll knock it off. But if it keeps up, we're not going to really have any other option. We're just going to have to kick him off the team. Now we're headed into Kentucky again. We did this last year, and it was a massive win for us. Oh, we got an assistant coach coming down. What's up, James?
Can you come in and help us garden?
Come help you garden. Give me about 30 minutes to wrap up my stream.
Okay.
All right, so we're at Kentucky. They're number 15 in the country. They've already got 3 losses, 1-1 in the SEC, but they probably owe us one. So if we lose here, I'm not shocked. But I'd love to win. 10-point loss. First loss of the season comes to the loser cats of Kentucky. So 15-1, 2-1 in conference. Let's forget about that. In one ear, out the other. Moving on. Could be a huge finale. Oh, yeah. I mean, it could. We'll see how it goes. There's St. Mary's getting a win over the Zags, 71-68. So now Bama coming into the zoo. I think we take care of Alabama right here. 10-5 on the year. Good to see you. Good to have you. Thanks for stopping by. GTFO. Tigers playing ball. Alabama can't hang. Alabama can't hang with that. 14 points from Snyder, Washington, and Ironhead Charlie Hayward. I love that dude. Hayward is the man on the inside so far. He's crushing it. So you mean finale, Chris, in that you think this team could be like a Final Four championship kind of team, or you mean finale in like I might get offered somewhere else and this is the last Mizzou run? Either way, we're 16-1. We're in the middle of January. Hopefully our point guard comes off a suspension and quits acting like a jerk and can be back on the team. Because I'd be really disappointed to have to kick him off. But now we're headed down to Gainesville again. Back to Florida. They're having an average year, but we're still on the road. So can we start pulling some of these off? Chris is saying I'm due. He thinks I'm winning it. I don't know about that, but let's see what happens in the swamp. Woo, 4-point win, baby. Reggie Davis doing things to transfer. I'll tell you what. If this works out, it's going to be in large part because of Reggie Davis. And he was a transfer. I never go after transfers. So I got to give a lot of credit to Chris for trying to, push me in that direction. And we just had our 3rd incident of the year after a win. And my guess is, what's-his-face just got eligible. And it's Polybank and Hayward. What is going on with this team attitude? Where is it coming from? All right, he apologized. He's getting suspended for a week. Oh, lovely. Oh, good. He wasn't starting anyway. Yeah, figure out the matrix and go. All right, so we got to go a week without Hayward. I still think we can beat Texas A&M, but at Georgia it just got a lot tougher. See you later, alligators. That's right. All right, so we got Texas A&M coming in. Battle of the top 25 teams about to take place in the middle of the zoo. Can we make it happen? We're 17-1, 4-1 in conference. Can we take them out? Texas A&M and Missouri. Yes, sir. 14 points. Joe Snyder, Bruce Wayne, and Reggie Davis. I'm telling you, Reggie Davis is such a massive addition to this team. It's really incredible. So 18-1, 5-1 in conference. We're doing work here, folks. Doing work. All right, so we get the at Georgia game. Made more difficult by the fact that two of our players are constantly being jerks and can't play tonight. Actually, is the point guard off suspension yet? Yes, he is. Eric Walker is back, baby. So we put him right back into that starting lineup. Move Holmes up. Where do we want him? Right ahead of Adams. All right, so we got Walker back at least. We're only down Hayward. He'll be back in 2 days. So let's see if we can go into Georgia and make something happen here. It's going to be tough, but there are 2-4 in the SEC, so let's see. Yeah. Couldn't quite get it there. I think if we had been completely together, we'd have pulled out a close one, but our guys like to hate each other and cause problems and just generally not get along. And so we lost. And that's what happens when you can't get along with your teammates. Same crap that derailed our season like 5 years ago. When Mike O's and the other center couldn't get along. So let's see if they can get it back together. I think that was 2 days. Yeah, we got Hayward back. So let's get him back up the depth chart. Set that matrix. Good to go. All right, let's get it back on track now. Let's run it back. We lost 2 games there. We're 5-2 in conference. Let's get it back. This is a Elite 8 team. You know what? I think you're right. I do think that this is an Elite 8 team. I kind of actually no. I think Chris is right. I think this is a Final Four kind of team that can push for a championship. Look at that. 18 points, baby. If they can stop bitching at each other, this is a Final Four championship contender. If they keep having these personality problems, then you're right. Elite 8's probably the ceiling. So we'll see how they act towards each other. If they can be reasonable or if they want to be children. But this is a really solid team. I'm really digging it. 19-2, 6-2 in conference. Like, this is awesome. Almost through January now. One last game in January of 2031. Whew. I'm moving. Missouri at Auburn. Auburn 13-6, 4-4 in the SEC. Let's go win this one. Ah, that's a bad loss. Shouldn't be losing at Auburn. Come on, folks. Get it together. Awash didn't do anything. Snyder, Walker, nobody had anything for the Auburn Tigers. And they hand us our 3rd loss of the season. That sucked. But that's just missing like those elite players, right? Like sometimes you just get in a rut and like you don't have anybody that can step up because you don't have that man. And we thought we were recruiting that man last time, but that fell off. He went to Michigan or something. Yeah, we were chasing the number 1 rank, but you know what? I'd rather have that number 1 rank at the end of the season when it really actually matters. So for right now, let's just keep on beating on these SEC teams. Ooh, we got a big matchup with Arkansas coming up. They're 19-3, same as us. Ole Miss we need to take care of at Tennessee. Hopefully we also win that. All right, so Ole Miss. Woo! Reggie Davis, 22. Batman with 15. I'm loving that transfer. Doing a lot of good work for us. 20-3, 7-3 in conference. So cruising through February. We got to go on the road against the Volunteers and then a huge, huge matchup at home against Arkansas before we head to Vandy to beat them by 40. Oh, Wichita State, the number 8 team on the road against ECU. Ate it by 12. It's just hard to win on the road, folks. It's hard. All right, the Tigers at the Vols. Can we escape Knoxville with a victory? Let's do it. Boom! Doing it big time by 25. Eric Walker. That's why we don't want to have to kick him off this team. 28 points. The man can ball. If he can just keep his big mouth shut and quit swinging at other players, we'll be good to go. So Eric Walker drops 28. We beat Tennessee. And now, guys, now we get the matchup of 2 top 10 teams, Arkansas and Missouri, and we get the advantage of being the home team. So let's take care of this business real quick. Another team incident. You gotta be shitting me. That's what, 4 team incidents after wins this year? What is going on? Hayward and Reggie Davis? I don't understand what's happening. At all. All right, at least he apologized. He didn't, so I have to suspend him again for the 2nd time this year. All right, so it already drops him down. We got Polybank up here. Good to go. All right, let's move on without Hayward again. It's really driving me nuts. Without these nonsense personality conflicts, we'd be crushing it. I mean, not that we aren't. We're 21-3, so we're doing pretty good even with it. But without it, like, this would be a good thing. But like, I actually think Arkansas is probably favored here without Hayward. 1 by 10. Didn't have any kind of backup on there. So even though we're at home, these guys want to fight about video games and be dummies, and you know, you lose games that you ought to be winning. It's amazing to me that I went from never in my entire playing this game have I seen an incident after a win to this year having like 4 of them. Crazy. I'd never once had it happen. All right, headed into Vandy. I don't know. I'm frustrated. They're 14-9, so they're actually better than they have been in the past. And they beat us. I had so much good feelings and good stuff building up for this team. And now they want to have these little personal conflicts and just lose it all. It's driving me insane. I'm getting actually very angry. So we got South Carolina coming in, then at LSU, then Kentucky at home. And we're still 8-5. We got, what, 5 games left? All right, let's take care. I'm back. Missed the last 10 minutes. Yeah, all the teammates are dogging each other. We're losing games we shouldn't be losing. It's all going to hell because these players can't get along. So I've never in my entire ever of playing this game for thousands of hours ever seen an incident after a win, and in this season I've had at least 3, I think 4. So yeah, it's bad. Take care of South Carolina there, win by 20, so that's a positive. Let's bounce over and see if Hayward's suspension is over so we can get him back into the lineup. Oh, Jeff Allen from Louisiana Lafayette, 30 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. My word. All right, his suspension is over. Let's get him back into the mix. There we are. Just don't get it. Don't get it at all. Although, actually, I do get it, and I've said this before. It's when you're trying to thread this needle that we are, where we can't get the elite recruits, so we're trying to get the most talented players at the next step down. Those guys always have attitude issues. Oh my God, LSU 1-13 in the SEC. They suck this year. Let me get some gamer fuel. Oh, Jesus, everything hurts. Ran out the good stuff, so we're going to the backup Miller Lights. See how that works out. Tiger on Tiger action. LSU and Missouri, number 5 in the country. Can we win a game on the road against the helpless LSU Tigers? No. Can't. Their second SEC win. So, while earlier it looked like maybe we were chasing a Final Four or even competing for a national championship, at this point, with the personality conflicts and losing games like that against LSU, I would say the Elite Eight is probably the best this team's going to do. So you're thinking more of the coaching actions to avoid bad losses and that sort of thing? You know, maybe. But I don't know, like, how much are you going to change with the coaching? Like, if you ask a player to shoot more, what does that do? You know, in the big scheme of things, it gives him a 5% chance to shoot more, where he has a 40% chance to hit a shot, whatever. Like, what does that do on average? A half a point a game? If I was losing every game by a point or two, sure. I just don't think that's it. I think we've got a lot of borderline talent, and they're all pissing each other off. And what we need to do is break through, get from 70 prestige to the high 70s to get to that next elite level. And, you know, get some guys that are more interested in playing basketball than winning video games or whose girlfriend's hotter or whatever. Kentucky coming into the zoo. We're 22-6 on the season. They're 15-11, 6-9 in the SEC. This should be a beatdown. 14 points. Joe Snyder taking care of business. A-Wash, Eric Walker also doing things and stuff. I haven't seen Bruce Wayne in a while. You know, I know he had the broken nose for 2 months. I just haven't seen him in a while. All right, 2 games left. At Bama with a losing record, and Florida at home, also a losing record. If we finish anything less than 25-6, it's going to be a massive disappointment to me. But I can definitely see 24-7 if we drop this game at Tuscaloosa. So it could happen, but it doesn't mean it won't be disappointing. Here we go, number 6. We're looking at a 2 seed. International, no man, the internationals always seem like a pain for me. Oh, all right, Missouri and Bama. They're 4-12 in the SEC. We got to win this game. We're healthy. Nobody's suspended. Let's go in there and get it done. Put aside your differences and play some basketball, folks. Missouri and Bama. Oh, my God. Bruce Wayne tried. He tried. And Hayward tried. Couldn't hold him down. Couldn't stop Damian Thompson. 19 points. Bama beats us by 11. So, yeah, this is a very good team. I like the way it's put together, but it's far and away not elite. There's really more of another, to be honest, more of a 4 seed. And now we have an incident. At least it was after a loss this time. Eric Walker again with Tim Wayne. All right, so Tim Wayne, his coach relationship is good, and his team relationship is good enough that I don't think he would transfer out. If it was really... Eric Walker's team relationship is terrible. And the weird thing is, like, both these guys were on the team last year and they had no issues. But Eric Walker is definitely the one that's causing these problems. This is brutal. Cannot stand personality conflicts. Holmes, Davis, Wayne, Awash, Snyder, Hayward, Adams, Polybank. Yeah, make that matrix. Let's go. And Eric Walker. God bless. Driving me nuts, folks. Driving me nuts. So we actually took a step back. Last year we finished 12-6. This year we're guaranteed to finish worse. All we lost was a backup. This is all personality and BS. And I would even argue that the SEC was stronger last year. So, like, this is a super step back. This is a team that's ripe to get upset early in the NCAAs. Taking care of Florida, though. Snyder with a ball game. Davis with a ball game. If we can keep that nonsense, maybe I should just kick Walker off the team. I don't know. If you get rid of him and you get rid of that attitude, maybe the rest of these guys just suck it up and carry it forward, right? I don't know. It's something to think about. He's definitely real close to getting kicked off. No, it's not a younger squad. It's an older squad, if anything. Most of my best players were freshmen last year. This year, they're all sophomores. We lost one senior. I mean, it's not younger by any definition. It's absolutely inexplicable why they all got along just fine last year and now they're being a pain. All right, let's roll through this SEC tournament, baby. The attitudes are getting us down. Oh, God. How many more days is he out? 2 more days. 2 more days. Will he be back? I think he'll be back by the time we start, right? So I think he's back for tournament play. Let's forget it all. It's all in the past. Put it behind you. Rip the rear view mirror off. Let's go win this SEC tournament, baby. Oh, no. We got to play today against Bama. Look how far back we finished in the SEC. Finished 5th. That's embarrassing, folks. That's embarrassing. Now we got to play Bama on a neutral court. Oh, look at that. Look at Vandy turning it around. You know, they were the doormat for years. We beat them by 40 so many times. Now they're beating LSU in the conference tournament. South Carolina moving on. Kentucky moving on. We got to face Bama. Let's see what happens. Neutral court. The Tigers and the Crimson Tide. And the Tigers take it by 11. Joe Snyder. Loving it. Now we get Tennessee. All right. Let's see what happens. They're 20-10 on the year. We're rocking that 25-7 record, baby. The Tigers and the Volunteers. It says Thompson Bowling Arena, but this is very, very much in good old Atlanta, Georgia Dome. Missouri and Tennessee in the SEC tournament. Boom. That's right. Antonio Washington, Bruce Wayne, getting it done. Now we got Arkansas. This is a different story. Let's fix this depth chart because Walker is very much down here and we need him way up there. So you move there, and then we just move Holmes right back up the list. Fix that matrix, and let's roll. This is our best team. We're healthy. We're not currently suspended. Let's get those Razorbacks on a neutral court. The Tigers versus Arkansas. Let's get it. I feel like this is a tougher game than the next one will be. Missouri and Arkansas. 2-point loss. Brutal. 80-78. We fall short. Could have had back-to-back SEC championships, and we just fell that short. That sucks. Oh, man. All right, so we did not get the SEC championship this year. Let's play through everything and see what we end up with seeding-wise. My guess is a 4 again. I think we should be a 4. Any other guesses in chat as to what the seed is going to be? All right, got some play-in games here. Vandy in the play-in. Look how much better Vandy is. Looks like our little kid all grown up. Georgetown with the #1 overall seed in Greensboro. Wisconsin at 2. San Diego State Aztecs. Texas. Memphis Marquette. All right. In Columbus, Pitt grabs the 1 seed. Missouri a 2. I don't think we deserved a 2. But we're playing against a 15-seeded West Virginia. The logo of 15. Bizarre. All right, Cal a 3, Illinois a 4. So we got the rivalry out there as a 4. They could sneak around. I think that would have to be, an Elite 8 game? But if they can slip past Pittsburgh and we can get past everybody that we're going to have, we could have a rivalry game in the Elite 8 in Columbus. The rest of the bracket, Minnesota, Oklahoma State, Georgia, Arizona, again, very below average. I'm still looking for that Arizona job to open up. In Austin, it's Arkansas, UCLA, Wichita State, BYU, Kansas a 5. And in Phoenix, Texas A&M is a 1 seed. Are you sure? VCU a 2, the defending champs. Notre Dame a 3, Nova the 4. There we go. That's your tournament. Oh, Chris, you saw Bellarmine? Is Bellarmine in the tournament? I missed it. Yeah, Texas A&M was open for a coach. So was Villanova, and Villanova ended up like a 2 or 3 seed, right? Or no, wait. Maybe it was somebody else. I think I'm getting my teams mixed up. Anyway, we're going to have to mix it up here. Look, we're already mixing it up in that we're doing 2 entire seasons in this super stream. Second big mix-up. I got to go freshen up right now. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back, guys. Magic fridge keeps on giving. Let's get into this tournament, baby. Against West Virginia. What do we have in store for this? The Mountaineers and the Tigers in the first round. Please don't make me one of these teams that loses to a 15. Woo! Let's get it, Tigers. Let's go. Woo! 14. A-Wash. B-Wayne. That's right. Moving on. Second round. What do we got now? What do we got coming up? It's the Wildcats of Arizona. Been talking about them nonstop. That probably means something bad for me. That's probably who's going to actually knock me out of the tournament. But regardless, it's the Wildcats and the Tigers for the... Illinois is marching on. Illinois is marching on. We got to do our part. Do your part, Tigers. Do your part, Missouri. Ho, ho, ho. Doing it and doing it well. Reggie Davis, Antonio Washington. That's right. We got it. We got the dub. Sweet 16, baby. Sweet 16 bound. I think that's 3 years in a row we're in the Sweet 16, actually. This year we're going to take it one more step, at least. Oh, Kentucky playing on a Wednesday. What is that? The inside? Nah, I actually think that's one of the other not. They're in the CBI. Losers. Losers. All right, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State versus Missouri for the right to go to the Elite Eight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cowboys and the Tigers. Illinois won again. If we win this, we are in a rivalry match in the Elite Eight against Illinois. You got to win this game. The Tigers and the Cowboys. It's all Tigers. It's all Bruce Wayne. But, God, we had another red message, and that can't be good. Who is it? Somebody's hurt. Bart Rivers. Sore leg, 7 days. No worries. Not worried about that at all. That was the least scary red message of the entire year. Here we go into the Elite Eight, and I'm relatively certain this is Illinois. The Missouri Tigers and the Illinois Illini. We played earlier in the year. I'm pretty sure it was a home game for us. You're going to catch me later, Beardtown. That's one. Oh, the internet's kicking you out of the stream. That sucks. So it's Missouri and Illinois, guys, in a rivalry game. We won at home by like 2. All I can hope is that this team, like, I understand they had their problems, they had their attitudes and all that. Hopefully that's worked out and they've developed and can take care of this Illinois team, because at home they gave us everything that we could handle. So here we go again in the Elite Eight. The Tigers and the Illini fighting out like this brutal rivalry to see who goes to the Final Four. It doesn't get any better than this at all. Absolutely nothing cooler than a rivalry game in the NCAA tournament. The Tigers and the Illini. Can we do it? Boom, baby! By 11! That's Mizzo. That's Awash. That's Ironhead Hayward. Woo! 73-62 over Illinois. We're headed to the Final Four. Oh, my word. We're getting it. Getting it done. And oh, my God. Not only do we keep getting it done in the Final Four, but these loser Kentucky Wildcats keep getting it done in the CBI and keep reminding me that they're in the CBI, which is hilarious. We're in the Final Four, baby. What's good? What's good? Hey, thank you for the follow, Samuel. I appreciate that, buddy. Stick around. You're going to see us win some championships, hang some banners here in the zoo. We're doing big things. The Super Climax. We got 2 games left. Can we hold it together? Kentucky's holding it together. They're going to win this CBI or, whatever this other second place tournament is. That's cool. We're getting it done in the NCAAs, though, baby. We're in the Final Four. We're going to take a look at the entire tournament. Oh, my word. I'm pumped. Like, this whole season, like, it was up, and then down, and now, like, off the charts. Look at Mississippi State. Notre Dame is the team that I was pointing out that had a really good seed that we could have taken over. All right, let's take a look at the entire tournament and how we got here. In Greensboro, it was Georgetown and Memphis. That's pretty ordinary. Xavier and Oklahoma, very not ordinary. Xavier took out Wisconsin. Oklahoma took out Chris's Aztecs. But in the end, it's Georgetown. So you get a 1 seed in the Final Four, although, this entire story is how you got there, right? In Columbus, the 1 seed Pitt versus Illinois, and Illinois took them out by 12. Of course, they came into the crushing blow from the Missouri Tigers. We sent them back to Illinois, back up to Champaign or wherever they're coming from. 73-62 in the Elite Eight, and the Missouri Tigers reached their first Final Four under Coach Cards in Austin. Mississippi State took out Arkansas in an SEC battle in the second round. So Arkansas, the 1 seed, doesn't even make the Sweet 16. Then Mississippi State goes ahead, beats BYU in the Sweet 16, and then takes out Wichita State in the Elite Eight. Wichita State over UCLA. Excuse me. But it's Mississippi State going to the Final Four. And last but not least, in Phoenix, Texas A&M against the Citadel. The Citadel beat Villanova by 1. Then they beat Denver somehow had a 5 seed. I don't even know what Denver is. But the Citadel beat them. And then they played Texas A&M, such a great game. But A&M made it to the Elite Eight only to get upset by Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame is there because Tennessee knocked out the defending champs VCU by 2 in the second round. That 2-7 matchup, Tennessee took them down. So your Final Four is the 1-seeded Georgetown Hoyas versus the 2-seeded Missouri Tigers. On the other side, Notre Dame, the 3 versus an 8-seeded Mississippi State. What a Final Four. Guys, I hope you're halfway as excited as I am. This is going to be a blast. All right, so let's see what happens. Mississippi State is going to the finals. And I have lost my entire chat. Something happened to my device. Whoa, something happened to my device. All right, I think I got it back. Mississippi State going to the finals. Now we got Georgetown and Missouri for a ticket to the national championship. Missouri and Georgetown, Tigers and Hoyas. Who you got? Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, boys. God bless it. Georgetown beat us by 12. We made the Final Four, and we got sent packing. And now Mississippi State takes on Georgetown, and Georgetown dominates. So there you go. We made the Final Four. We didn't have the horses. We just didn't have enough to get it done. We didn't have enough. Good, but not good enough for us. Taking a look here at the awards, I mean, Georgetown kind of blowing it out there with the Norton and the MOP. Memphis all over the place. Joe Snyder, the Defensive Player of the Year. And Patrick Ewing is the Coach of the Year. I think that's the first time I've ever seen Patrick Ewing get Coach of the Year, but that's awesome. But the Missouri Tigers, Joe Snyder locking down Defensive Player of the Year with 3.5 steals a game and a block and a half. Check out the first team All-Americans. Here you go. Second teamers. In the SEC, second teamers. Joe Snyder is a second team all-conference player. That's actually kind of shocking. Doesn't Joe Snyder look like he just saw a spider or something? Like, his face is like... he looks scared to death. But Joe Snyder grabs that second team all-conference. You know, we thought about benching him in favor of the freshman Hayward. Ultimately, we left him in, and he rewarded us with a second team all-conference type performance. Here's your first team performers and your individual awards. Joe Snyder grabs Defensive Player of the Year in the conference as well, obviously. Tom Taylor at Kentucky grabs everything else. So moving on. All right, so second time we've got here this stream. Let's see what the job offers look like, right? I mean, these guys are great, but to be honest, they're kind of pissing me off. So, uh-oh. We got offers. Uh-oh, we got offers. Oh. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, do we have offers. Guys, we got Georgetown, which is a really cool job. They actually just won the national championship, so I guess Patrick Ewing retired. I think Georgetown's a super cool job. Not only that, we've got Gonzaga. Illinois, I would never go to my rival, but Illinois is a cool job. But we've got North Carolina on probation. We've got North Carolina. We also have Villanova, which is also interesting. To be honest, what really reaches out to me here is Georgetown and North Carolina. And maybe a little bit Gonzaga. I'm going to need help here. Random task says don't do North Carolina, and I have to ask why, because that's my first inclination is North Carolina. I don't care about probation. I love the baby blues. I mean, everything about the Tar Heels is cool. Michael Jordan, Roy Williams, and James Worthy. Everything about North Carolina is cool to me. It's by far, even with only one person in chat speaking up, and that person saying not North Carolina, North Carolina is still my preferred destination. I would definitely like to hear from Chris. I know he's got to do all the advertising and doing the graphics and all that, whatever. So I would definitely like to hear from Chris in chat. Anybody else? I can see we got 6 people still with us in chat. I understand that Random Task is against it, and nothing personal, nothing against you, but I do like UNC. I think it's an interesting job. Let's check out the school info on a couple of these offers. Oh, Missouri went up to 78 team prestige. So that's one thing we did not check. The season review, 70 to 78. All right, so we got the prestige going here at Missouri. Interesting. I just wanted to see our budget. We still can't get any better budget. All right, let's see on some of the offers. See, Gonzaga should be down here somewhere, right? Good old home of John Stockton. So $450,000 budget. Yeah, 78 prestige is nice. The budget is what makes a huge difference, though. Gonzaga's at 450. 450. Let's go check the Big East. Still Ivy League. Oh, there we go. Georgetown. All right, so 450 for the Zags. Georgetown's at 300. I mean, they're at 87 prestige because they just won a championship. Their facilities and academics are amazing. SAT minimum's 1,000. Yeah, a little bit of give and take there. $300,000. Oh, folks. North Carolina's just cool. They've got almost the same team prestige as we do. They have an extra $250,000 in their budget. The SAT's a slight bit higher. How do you not do North Carolina? How do you avoid it? We avoided Michigan State in the last one. Last year, like 2 hours ago, there were no cool offers. This year, there's 3 very, very cool offers in Gonzaga, North Carolina, and Georgetown. Georgetown just won a championship, though. Like, I don't need to bring them back. North Carolina would be super cool, I think. Let's see if we can find out what the probation is. Random task is still on Georgetown. Which, you know what? I had a really cool save with Georgetown that kind of got smoked by a bug. So I'm not opposed to going back to Georgetown by any means. Steve Alford was the North Carolina head coach. Let's see, can we get this in ACC news? Checking out some Louisville. I saw it on the way through. Like maybe entire association gives you higher priority news stories, maybe? I don't know. There's Pennsylvania. Ball State, Northeastern. Where's UNC? Oh, it won't go back that far. Penn State was cheating? Oh my gosh, guys. How are you cheating at Penn State? If we go to school info, will it tell us what's going on in probation? Does anybody in chat know what's up with probation? How do we figure out what the probation is? Trying to see what the probation is. Like, oh, here we go. School's on probation and has suffered a loss of scholarships for 1 more seasons. That's it. This Travis Jupiter dude seems like he's ridiculously good. He's only a junior. He'll be back. Huh. Oh, look at this. This dude's from Erlanger. That's basically where I'm from. Well, not where I'm from, but where I live. Look how many internationals this team has. That's 7. 7 international players on one team. That's crazy. So, I mean, we got a decision to make, right? Do we stick with this Missouri team, which is extremely solid, just came out of a Final Four, or do we bail for a better budget? And, you know, the big difference is if we bail for the better budget, we rebuild a little bit, and we have a couple of years where we have to kind of reload. But we reload at such a faster pace with better recruiters and better scouts and better practice coaches and better everything. and we can expand outside of the territory. Because if we stick with Missouri, we are 100% limiting ourselves to only Great Plains region. We can't afford any other reports. And we could ask for a budget increase, but we didn't spend enough of our budget that they're actually going to grant it to us. Random Task says definitely pick Georgetown. You know what? I've been waiting. I've been waiting for a UNC save. I have. And we could climb up through the ranks with this team. I mean, we already did it. We're already to the Final Four. We already got them built out. So be it. We're out of here, baby. We're out of here. I hate to let you down. I do. Georgetown would be cool. Gonzaga would also be pretty cool. But I mean, there's something cool about North Carolina, right? Nah, I can't do the Zags. I could do Georgetown, but they just won. That's not cool. All right, we're taking everything over with North Carolina. I suppose we could do it with Villanova. Here we go, baby. UNC, the home of Michael Jordan, the home of James Worthy. Oh, my word. We're moving on. And I hate it. I do, because Missouri was so good to us. We had it all going there, but there was nothing left to build. They were already a Final Four team, and they didn't have the budget to consistently compete, and we were never going to get that budget. Right here, we already got it all going for us straight out of the gate. Straight out of the gate. Mark Gottfried with an 88 in recruiting. Okay, yep. You're good. Practice recruiting. So he's a 27 at scouting. 35. You can be the practice coach. We're going to fire you. Hire a scout. All right, third assistant. So that means we offer him like $35,000 because we actually have a budget now. We can make offers. All right, Chris, get those UNC graphics going, buddy. Leland Thomas. Coaches are all filled out. Good to go. It'd be interesting to see what we got coming into this school. It is a new day. You know, I feel like we took Missouri about as far as it was going to go. Could we have eventually got it over the top? Probably. But we were being like severely restricted. Plus, like, just tell me that you can't come up with some sick graphics for a North Carolina save. Pretend like you can't. Yeah, I thought it was a good wrap up for Missouri. We gave them 7, 8 real good seasons. It took them all the way to the Final Four, and that was kind of their upper limit. We weren't getting any more budget out of it. We weren't getting any better facilities out of it. There was nowhere really to take that because we couldn't get out of the Great Plains region recruiting. All right, so we're just getting through this off season to see what we actually have on this team next year. Just kind of quick recap kind of thing, and then we're gonna bail. This is already like getting close to a 4-hour stream. Excuse me. I am interested to see how that Missouri recruiting class comes in, like where it's ranked. LSU way up there. So they had that class at 41. Okay. Where's UNC? 318. Does that mean they had no recruits? 11 scholarships open? What is this? What is this? What did I just get into? Every player is a walk-on. What in earth? Oh my God, they had brutal probation. They only have 2 scholarship players. Terrence Minor, the junior point guard, and Chris Randolph, a junior small forward. And every other player on the team is a walk-on. That has to be probation related. There's nothing else that explains this. But I'll tell you what. We're going to dominate this recruiting. We're going to dominate it. It's going to be so ugly. Watch what happens. Almost $300,000, guys. So what we're going to do... Oh. Let's see what our prestige, 180. We're going to grab the premium national, international, and Eastern Atlantic. So that's about 210,000. Just fine. Okay, transfers. We could definitely take a look at this. No. Oh, look at that. Eric Walker transferring out of Missouri. What a shock. He's a bit of a jerk, but you know what? We're going to offer him. We're going to try to keep Eric. I didn't know he was 5'6". Did y'all in chat know he was 5'6"? He's a heck of a player. Oh, no, we have no scholarships available. I totally would have offered him, but we have no scholarships available. Probation decimated this team. We got to rebuild the entire thing. And we can't even do it through transfers. We got to do it all through recruiting. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we're going to have to recruit a team and then get... the problem is the in-home visits. Like, we're just not going to be able to hit it hard enough. We have 11 scholarships. I feel like we should probably only actually offer and sign like maybe 5 players. Maybe 5. The Crocodilians, I love it. I love that breeze. That's awesome. So yeah, this is going to be an experience, but this is going to snowball even harder than the Missouri save. Like, we're going to be very, very quickly just dominating. But there will be fun for the next 2 or 3 weeks as we rebuild. So here we are on June 25th. Let's get this summer travel in. We're going to Indy Elite. All right, we got 77,000. That's more than enough. Just go everywhere. Why can't I hit any of these sliders? Oh, these are like grayed out. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're hitting Indy Elite and then all 5 of the regional camps. Because we got a budget, baby. That's why it never, ever pays to be paying prospects in this game. Because then you end up like this with 11 scholarships available. It's freaking terrible. This team sucks so bad. Let's see what we got interested. Hold on. School info. We're a 75. Mark Gottfried is an 88 recruiter. And we're up to 87. Let's see what we got. I wonder if Awash got drafted. There he is. Right there. The man, the legend. Number 42. Excuse me. Antonio Washington got drafted. So that's good stuff. Let's see what this recruiting looks like, right? 11 scholarships. I don't think I've ever had more than like maybe 6. Full recruit list. We don't need the Great Plains region. All regions, baby. All regions. What do we got? Look. Oh, my word. Hold on. This power forward only. All positions. Give me everything. Give me it all. What do we got? I want it all. We got some serious talent interested. Serious talent is interested in this North Carolina program. Guys, hang tight. Freshen up. I'm doing the recruiting. Oh, yeah. Actually, Chris makes a great point. We don't want to blend teams on cover photos. We need to be done with the stream. We will get this recruiting on the next one. I'm super excited to do it, as you can obviously tell. But we're done with Missouri, so we got to cut it off. I really, really appreciate you guys staying with me. Anybody that stayed with me for the entire 4 hours or even most of it, thank you so much. I had an absolute blast. It was so fun getting Missouri all the way to the Final Four. And now we get to just completely rebuild a team, which is going to be very interesting. But it's going to have to be saved for another day. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here. Hey, Pete's asking what happened to Missouri. We took them to the Final Four, and then we got offered the job at North Carolina. And North Carolina is just like one of the like 3 or 4 jobs, like Arizona, Kansas, North Carolina. Those are the jobs that I wanted to like end up at. We spent 7, 8, maybe even 9 seasons at Missouri. We took them as far as we could, but they were never gonna open up the pocketbook and actually pay us. At North Carolina, we've got a budget to just dominate, and that's exactly what we plan on doing when we start up. So, we're calling it a day. I'm saving it right here. Now I'm saving it right here. We're saving it right here. We'll get back to this North Carolina stream this week because I'm super excited to jump right into it, rebuild the house that Michael Jordan built, rebuild the house that Dean Smith built. We're all about these Tar Heels, baby. But for now, guys, thanks so much for stopping by. I had an absolute blast. I had a great time. A couple hours on a Sunday afternoon. Hope y'all enjoyed a little bit of a different time frame. We'll probably slide back into the normal time for the next one. But for now, appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping by. It was an absolute blast, and I'll catch you next time.